All right, so we left off last time, and y'all were traveling back with the Harpers back to Ramilia Haventree's residence, and where we left off was Graham had just had the shield identified by one of the Harpers. So that's kind of where we left off. Is there anything anybody wants to do on the journey back?
Are we going to Baldur's Gate?
Yes, y'all are going back to Baldur's Gate to Ramilia's house, the one who sort of hired y'all for this job.
And where are we? Where are we coming from? Where exactly were we?
So y'all took a little adventure up to the Cloakwood Tower.
Cloakwood Tower, that's right.
Which was a little bit out. It was far enough away from Baldur's Gate. It was about a day's journey. That's where Zaldara the Lich had a castle, and there was sort of an understanding that as long as she left the people alone, everybody left her alone. So y'all snuck in to get her phylactery to get some information on the death curse. She pointed y'all to a Sirac as the most likely source, and said though she had been like kind of scrying and trying to identify its location or the source of the death curse, the best she could do was point you in the general direction of the island of Chol.
Perfect.
And this is like the rest and the travel is like the third day or something like that since we've had the funeral.
This would be probably the next day, the day after. I mean, y'all went to Ramilia's house after the funeral. She sort of informed y'all of everything that was going on, kind of informed y'all of what they had learned in their plan. That's where she hired y'all to be. While they gave the distraction, y'all sneak in, steal the book, use it in negotiations. So that was the next day. Y'all left the next morning to travel to Cloakwood Tower, launched the attack that night, and that's kind of where we ended right after y'all finished off talking with Zaldara, and the group was beginning to head back.
Oh God, the DM's drinking out of a goblet now.
Are we?
Try, baby.
Are we on foot?
No, they have horses.
Oh, okay.
Y'all took a boat to the Cloakwood, but they came. Let's say there was a large number of them to attack the tower, understanding the power they were facing, and there were men and women who rode on horses there that were no longer in need of horses because they were not making the journey back.
Well, if we're on horses, I'm going to pull mine up next to Monty. I'm gonna reach in my belt and pull out a dagger and hand it to him. Be like, I noticed you didn't have any weapons. Take this. It might help you.
I will thank. Shit, what's your name? Gustavo.
And so I'm not giving you that for good, just in case something happens on the way here.
I'll tell him that the feeling that any task is a nuisance will soon disappear if it is done in mindfulness.
He says, it's just a dagger, man.
I love it.
Think of the end goal, my friend.
Okay, I'll do that.
But also, thanks for the dagger.
And real quick, because I did forget it last time, I need somebody to roll a D100.
Oh, I'll do it. I've never done it.
That's true.
Yeah. I think we should give all random rolls to Trevor since he's DM for like 4 years.
70.
Nah, it's been like a year. Year on, year off.
I've been a member of Roll20 since 2018.
So have I.
Yeah, that's nuts. Even I'm up to like 1,700 hours or something like that.
I don't even want to look. Because if you're sitting there building a map,
Yeah, I think
You can see how many hours we've gone with.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. All right. So if nobody's got anything important they're doing tonight, I will say I'll make the journey back safely to Ramilia's house.
I mean, I'm going to be doing some important things if it's night. If we're in the middle of resting.
No. If we're gonna rest, let me know before we rest.
Yeah, let me know.
I will say, all right. So I will say because I mean this is a simple kind of leisurely, ride back on horses. This will count some, as a short rest. That's what I'm saying. If there's any kind of downtime activities or anything you want to be doing on a nice, easy journey back, let me know.
Mine's got to be a long rest. So
let me look real fast.
You'll get a long rest when you get back.
Just let me know before the long rest.
Also,
sorry, I got a surprise for you too.
For who? Me?
No, for Crown.
Oh, Crown.
Boy, that's ominous.
I'm glad that run the royal you.
I was just playing about the your mama joke.
I think you'll actually find it kind of funny.
Okay.
It's nothing bad.
Yeah. Surprise! You have a mortal enemy.
Yeah. No, this is about the time I find out my mortal enemy is a warlock somewhere on the Sword Coast.
So is there anything you want to do, Brock? Or are you waiting for long rest too?
I want to just right before the long rest.
Okay.
I just want.
All right, then I'll say y'all will make an uneventful journey back to Baldur's Gate. I'll tell you what, no, because it's a full day's journey, so y'all kind of set up camp. Y'all kind of start the journey back to Baldur's Gate, but y'all would set up camp there in the woods because you've got a full day's journey ahead of you, getting all the way back to Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
So the Harpers the group will kind of set up a little camp. They've got some tents and travel supplies and things like that. From where they camped out the night before the raid, off in the distance, they kind of returned back to that little makeshift camp to rest up for the night before making the full day's journey back.
So is 1047 riding a horse?
1047 is his own horse.
I think he is a horse.
I think I'm riding.
Okay, I just want to make sure he wasn't riding a horse because that would be
a lot cooler if it was a horse.
That would be a sight.
All right, yeah.
So I'll say y'all get back to the camp. They start a little fire. You can already see the tent set up from where they camped out the night before. Ramilia and the rest of the Harpers kind of, welcome y'all to the camp, show you some tents where y'all can sleep tonight. And go ahead and start, some of the Harpers kind of start putting some food over an open fire to cook a nice, a makeshift little meal for the night to fill your bellies as everybody sort of sits down and rests and sort of recaps, thinking about what they've learned tonight, hearing from Zeldara and kind of just unwinding from the battle that ensued.
Yeah, if everybody's getting comfortable, I'm going to just sit there and kind of look and take in all that is 1047. I've never seen anything like this.
I would say he's definitely gotten some stares from quite a few who are unfamiliar of seeing anything like this here on the Sword Coast.
I'm just going to kind of watch and see what he does. Just curious.
Are we just simply just kind of hanging out?
Yeah, like I said, everybody's just kind of getting tents ready. A couple of guys are making some food over an open fire, just kind of unwinding from the battle.
Then what he would do is he is going to simply he would kind of become stationary over to one side of the fire or whatnot. He wouldn't go into any of these tents or anything like that, and he would almost seem like to kneel down in a stationary position and kind of bow his head a little bit, and you'd probably hear a soft hum. Not like a musical hum, but like the hum of maybe, I don't know, workings of gears or things like that. And it's going to seem like I'm asleep, but anybody that would walk by me, or like, I guess, Gustavo, it would seem like I am still conscious of what's going on around me.
Ted's still on top of you, so It's gonna be weird.
Oh, are you? Oh, yeah, you definitely feel some vibration.
And okay. Picture the Armageddon when he's riding the nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear the hum and go find like a solid 6-inch tree and start doing kung fu moves on it.
All right.
All right.
Kind of practicing some martial arts, unwinding a little bit.
I think Ted's realized that his steed has resided for the night, so he'll hop off. And
All right.
Dieter's going to go find the Harper that looks like they're in charge.
That would be Ramilia. Clearly, she's definitely a high-ranking member of the Harpers and is the one leading sort of the battle plan and is large and in charge here.
And he'll just kind of go and ask what the watch situation is going to be like, and offer to make a schedule to keep us safe while we rest tonight.
The
yeah, you're
1047 would hear that, and would almost kind of be like power back on, and he would look over to Dieter and say, "Fear not, my friend. I am quite capable of keeping watch even while I rest. I'll be more than happy to take any shift or all shifts."
Ramilia who's standing there with Dieter, will also hear this and listen to the words of 1047 and look back to Dieter and say, well, that inspires great confidence. We do have a couple of men who will take rotations on watch tonight, though I don't believe we will necessarily be too worried about encountering anything here in the woods that we can't handle. I do appreciate your willingness to take watch, but we have men here who are very capable of making sure we sleep soundly tonight.
All the while in the background, you're hearing.
Hey, just point. Just side note, Chris. In Diablo 3, that's what I played was the monk, and so everything that you do with the monk is that every power that he does, that's exactly what I picture you over there doing is Diablo 3 monk.
Yeah.
All right. So,
well,
at this point, the harp. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Ted wants to like meander around a little bit and then end up in front of Dieter and say, "How's it going, Royal Dudes?"
And then
he's gonna cast Goodberry.
All right.
it just start eating them.
No, he's gonna keep them. It lasts for 24 hours. So I can do it again tomorrow. And then
about that time, as y'all are kind of talking with each other, the group's kind of all conversing, and Montenegro's off doing martial arts on a tree. A couple of Harpers that were sitting around the fire kind of cooking a meal. They'll invite you to sit down, have a good meal before everybody takes a rest for the night. Any last minute things anybody wants to do before a long rest?
That was all I needed.
All right, cool. Then we'll say, all right, everybody long rest for the night, and then y'all begin the journey back to Baldur's Gate the next morning.
I shall not do that yet. I will. I got to do something at the long rest. After the 6 hours of the long rest, for me.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spear. I'm going to plant it in the ground, and I will take some time to tinker with it. And there will be some strange sounds and machinations that kind of go on as I tinker with it. And then it is going to now be infused. And it is now a +1 spear.
That's cheap.
And do not have to attune to it. And it is now, I will pick it up out of the ground and I will throw it. It will strike the tree and then return to me.
All right.
And then I will take my shield. I will place it in front of me and do the same thing and tinker with it. After some humming and some time, I have now infused my shield, and my defenses have been enhanced, and I've added another to my AC.
Okay.
That's my mount.
When the spear hits the tree, I turn around and I just katow.
And having bonded with the monk previously in the catacombs, I will kind of mimic that as one as a robot would do, is it make the same gesture toward the monk. And that's all I did. I had to do that at the end of a long rest. J-Man.
Gotcha. No, I'm with you. I was just making sure. So I would say is everybody's sort of packing up the camp, getting the tents together. He was over there tinkering with his things, and some of the people were kind of giving him a little bit of a side eye, like, really, you can't help out, pack up the camp. But everyone will move on. So y'all start y'all's journey back to Baldur's Gate. It does take a full day. So by the time y'all get back to town, it's pretty late at night. Nothing eventful happens on the journey back, but Ramilia does invite y'all back to her house. And when y'all return there, if y'all do remember, there was another lady y'all met at the graveside. Her name she was wearing black robes and had a mask over her face. Had a little bit of a raspy voice. She also had some bandages sort of wrapped around her. You couldn't really see any skin on her. So she was kind of covered head to toe, and she is there in Ramilia's house as well. And as y'all return, Ramilia will sort of reintroduce you to Syndra Sylvain was her name. And Ramilia will thank you for your aiding in their attempt to get some information. And Syndra will actually invite y'all back to her house as she would like to discuss some further business with y'all.
Okay.
I'll accept the invitation.
Yeah, for sure.
You do get the sense that this is a lady who is, you don't know if she's if she's a noble or just purely wealthy or what she is, but she's clearly somebody of importance who is sort of decorated, even in her robes. I mean, you can see the jewels and the gold tippings, very fine dress. And so she'll actually lead you back to her house. And as you sort of make that journey through Baldur's Gate, you find yourself in a much more wealthy part of town. And as you approach her house, you see a very large mansion in which she invites you in to stay there at her house for the night. But she calls you in kind of to a meeting room, like a sitting room where y'all can all sit down and discuss. And that's where she begins to open the conversation by saying, thank you for being so courageous and joining the Harpers in that mission to learn more about this death curse. She says, there's some matters I would like to discuss with you concerning this death curse. Ramilia has already informed me of where they believe the source of this may be, an island far southwest of here named Cholt. I'm actually a little bit familiar with this island and have a friend who remains there. She said, but I have, let's say, a more vested interest in finding out the source of this than perhaps even the Harpers do. And at that time, Syndra will actually begin to remove her mask. And as she does, you notice very beautiful lady, very delicate and fine skin, but you do notice on her cheek, on one side, the skin seems to be cracking and almost grayed in a certain area. And she begins to unwind the bandages covering her hands. And you see on her hands marks of skin beginning to crack and gray. Almost looks like dead patches of skin that's decaying and dying. And she informs you, she says, I'm actually suffering from this death curse as well. No one knows this other than Ramilia Haventree, who is a a dear longtime friend of mine, as sort of a co-leader in the Harpers. And she begins to sort of, you can see a sort of, you can hear it in her voice, almost a little bit of raspiness and almost there's something, a sickness or a disease plaguing her. And she says, I'm going to ask that the 5 of you, would you please take it upon yourselves to be an adventuring group on my behalf, to seek out the source of this death curse and end it. As you can see, this death curse is beginning to plague me. And although the Harpers have a wide net of agents throughout the land, and we do have agents there, I don't want anyone knowing that I have this, that I'm being affected by this death curse. So there are still those, though we are a pretty friendly organization, there are those who would still see it as an opportunity to seize power and take my position. And so I would ask that you keep this secret in confidence between us. But I would like to fund your adventure to Cholt to find the source of the death curse. And she begins to sort of ponder. You can see almost a moment of reflection in her own life of, you know, I've amassed a fortune of wealth. I have more gold and treasures and trinkets and paintings. And as you can see her house, she kind of hands around her house almost to see, you see what I've accomplished in this life in terms of wealth. But I'd give all this fortune to not meet the end here. She said, in terms of power, I'm a highly accomplished mage. I have uncovered secrets of magic that many will never learn in a lifetime. But all that power, I'd give it up here to not die now. Said, you know, it's an interesting thing in this world. So often we see death as the end, but it doesn't ever seem to really be the end. As we know, many go on to Elysium, or the dwarves go on to the halls of Moradin, or even the evil, they find justice served in the 9 hells. It never seemed that death was really the end here in the Sword Coast. And even myself have escaped it a time or two by being resurrected and brought back from the dead. But now faced with this death curse, I really see the finality of death here. She said, I'm not ready to die here. I'd give all my fortune, all my power, some magic items I have in plentiful supply, and I'd give it all if you could just please end this death curse. I'm not ready to go just yet. So name your price and I'll pay it.
Ted's gonna silent speech over to Yastava. Ask is a telepathic speech.
Yes. So
Bro.
racial ability of the Ghostwise Halfling.
Yeah, bro. What do you think? I mean, she's one of these historical babes.
It's totally cool.
Looks like Gustavo's on the phone.
Yeah, he's on the phone right now.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
What's
okay.
his name again?
Let's go Montenegro.
What'd you say, Cram?
I just read. What's this chick's name again?
Syndra.
Sindra Sylvain.
Oh, I didn't see Trevor on the phone. Okay.
I'll tell Ted, when you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you.
I love it.
Okay. We didn't get anywhere there.
Sindra Sylvain is now in your journal.
Oh, perfect. That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
Oh, she's hot.
What was the question, though?
She's basically saying she's not ready to die. She's
Oh,
got.
no, I was talking about from Ted. I forgot what Ted's question
Okay.
was.
No, I was just asking the opinion of your opinion of her as far as being as old as she says she is, or being restored several times. No way to tell.
Hey, you said this is a really nice place?
Yeah, super nice.
I want to walk around and look at some stuff. I've never seen a place like this.
I guess can I do an insight check on her to make sure she's telling the truth about her age and
Yeah, D20. 13. As far as you can tell, you do believe she's being sincere. I mean, you do see the marks of what you would assume might be the death curse taking effect on her cheek and on her hand. So it does seem she has been magically resurrected at least once in her life. You can see the obvious wealth of the house you're staying in. In terms of magic, she's a high-ranking kind of a sort of co-leader in the Harpers with some others, and so she does have notable power and prestige. So there's nothing based on the context of what you see and what you know about her, no reason that you would believe she's lying about this. And even almost the desperation in her voice when speaking about not wanting to die and this be the end.
I'd tell that to Ted. I think she's telling the truth. And then long dramatic pause and then say, bro.
I'll say out loud, not silent speech. Bro, I think she's telling the truth.
She'll look at Ted and say, almost a little like, really? Did you think I'm lying? Like, yes, of course I'm telling the truth.
Well, then I guess we need to
She's
help.
like, and she'll add on, and I'm serious about the reward as well. Whatever your price would be, whether it be money, whether it be fame, I'll make you the heroes of the Sword Coast. People will sing praises to your name. If you want prestige, I can give you rank. I can give you whatever it is that you want in this world. I will certainly offer it.
Like, can we be half as good as the Iron Lords?
Says, if you go on this adventure and you stop the death curse from plaguing the Sword Coast, people will certainly remember you in the halls of memory, along with the Iron Lords who saved them from Tiamat.
I wonder how Ivor's doing.
Even Roland?
I don't know this Roland you speak of. I only know the Iron Lords. Just kidding. Yes, even Roland. Although I do believe he's currently standing trial for murdering someone.
Yeah, well, we barely know who Ivor is. So.
Picked him up the founder of Bloodbath and Beyond. That Ivor?
No. That was the. He's like the meat man or something. I can't remember. Either way, she's got a lot of spellcasting abilities there.
Yeah, Dieter will speak up. I do not know about the magic. Pull out my sword. I am a simple fighter. Do you have anything that could help me?
She'll look at you and say, I have an entire arsenal of magic weapons, armor. Like I said, I have gold and plenty to spare. Anything that you wish for, I can make happen. But it's if you succeed in ending this death curse.
Can you tell us where we need to go next?
To the island of Cholt.
Yep.
So there's one major city there. It's a port, actually, and it's really the only major known location there. It's Port Nazaru. She said that's where pretty much all of the civilized people of Cholt live and dwell. It used to belong to a monarchy a long time ago. And after the monarchy fell, those of good fortune and cunning and intelligence rose to power, and it's now ruled by 7 merchant princes who have sort of divided all the commerce and functions of the city. They've divided up amongst themselves as a ruling class. They're the ones that rule Chult and lead it and guide it as in place of the monarchy. And there's one who I am dear friends with, and that is the merchant prince or merchant princess Wakanga Otamu.
Oh, good. Spell that.
Hold on. I'm about to put it in your journal. Hold on.
About to say, holy shit.
Give me 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. This was a man, not a woman. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was having trouble with Nazari.
There is Wakanga Otamu.
Okay. Wakanga.
And that should be in your journal now.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'd have got that right first every time.
She says, if you're willing to take my deal, I have already arranged for a ship to set sail for Port Nazaru in the morning. It's the fastest ship I could procure with a crew ready to run it and take you there. She says, I do have some business to attend to before I can depart and meet you there. But in several days' time, I will actually be there staying with Wakanga as a guest. And I can meet you there, but I would ask that if you're willing to take this quest of mine, that you head there as fast as you can, because time is of the essence here. I don't know how much time I have until I succumb to this death curse as well. Even invoking all the healing magic that I can conjure, and even some of our acolytes or some priests who have aided in this cannot seem to stop its progress. Though it may slow it to some degree, they have not been able to stop the curse from spreading.
Hey, lady,
Okay.
I've got like 13 or 15 good berries here, if that would help.
I'm going to pick up a really nice China tea set. And say, what are these?
Istava, that is fine china that we use when eating meals with fancy guests. And Ted, I do thank you for your offer and for the good berries. And she'll actually say, I would like one if it'll help.
It won't trouble me. I got like
So she
12 or 15 more.
So she'll take one and sort of eat it, just almost to say, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't get the impression that she thinks you're a toddler at all.
Right.
In the words of the great John Belushi from the Animal House, don't cost nothing.
J-Mick, is it nighttime? What time of day is it?
Yeah, this is nighttime. It was late when you got back to Baldur's Gate, so it is nighttime.
I'm just gonna put the little China tea set down. Pretty rough. I mean, I'm not really. It's not what I thought it was.
She'll just kind of look at the group again and be like, "Gentlemen, I hate to be rude, but I am sort of pressured for time."
When she says gentlemen, Ted's going to turn around and see who's behind him. Somebody behind me?
It's going to be me.
It's the big bugbear with the toothy grin. She'll sort of against it. Please, you're the only sort of hope I have here. Sort of.
What's the name of the boat? Who's the captain?
It is the Sea Sprite, and I have spoken with Captain Dudermont to give you a ride in the morning. His crew is setting sail in the morning for Chult already, as I've arranged, and I've requested that you be aboard if you're willing to take my offer.
I will help.
she'll reach back and she'll kind of grab or she'll pull a drawer, open at the desk sort of sitting next to her and pull out a bag. She'll drop it on the table and say, "This is 500 gold pieces. This is to pay the fare to get to Chol."
Okay. So we pay Dudamont.
Not exactly. He's already been paid by me.
Wait, what fare are we paying?
And she sort of chuckles and says, I promise you, you'll know when you see it."
Oh, sweet.
And so she'll press one more time for an answer of,
Yes, we.
"Well,
Oh, sorry.
will you take up my calls and find the source of this and end it?"
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't been paying attention the whole time. I'm just gonna say, yeah. I'm ready to get out of here. This place creeps me out.
Dieter says, "We want the same thing."
About that time, Remelia Haventree will sort of enter the room as well after settling things up at her place with the group of harpers that had remained, and she'll walk in and address Sindra Sylvain and just say, "So have they agreed to go to Cholt for you?" Which she sort of responds, "Yes." She says, "Great. I do have one favor to ask of you as well, along with hers. Cavalry 1047, that was the first field test we had really done since acquiring him. And if we would actually like to request that you take him along as well. We'd like to see more of what he can do in the field, and see how he performs in various circumstances and what usefulness he can provide. Would you all mind if 1047 would join you on this mission?"
And who's saying that?
Remelia Haventree.
Okay, Haventree. Ted. He's gonna do silent speech again.
Okay.
And in the darkest voice he can conjure, "It's coming with us."
Who do you say that to?
Haventree.
And we're
It was Baron back.
And Haventree, who is also a co-leader of the Harpers and a high-level mage and very knows a lot about the Sword Coast, who knows has met many Ghostwise halflings, will understand exactly what just happened and sort of look at Ted and sort of smile and say, "Thank you for accepting this offer." Haventree will actually approach Cavalry 1047 and pull a small stone from her pouch.
Oh.
And it is a not too terribly big, but large enough, I'd say maybe about an Adam's apple size, of just pure white, kind of some sort of crystal gemstone sort of deal, and we'll hand it to Cavalry 1047, who they've acquired in the time that they've been together, would seem to be the lead, the one giving orders to Cal, and would request that Cal hold on to this and explain that it is a sending stone, and that she has the other side. And she says, 1047,
Cool.
I'm asking that you go with this group on this mission and adventure, and we would at the Harpers would appreciate a sort of daily report and update of your status and events that have taken place. We ask that you would report back to us.
He would take a moment. He's been, taking all this in. He would take a moment and he would just answer her with, "I have been calculating the percentage of good that this endeavor would do, and while it appears to be something for Miss Sylvain, what her name, Miss Sylvania?
Sylvain.
Sylvain, it seems to be of utmost importance to her, and specific to her, I calculate that the good that this would do also exceeds all that. And he'd be doing some computation, stuff like that. And he says, if it appears now that it would be of the greater good, I will accept your request to accompany them. Although, please be aware of my concerns as to how much benefit I would be to the group, knowing some of the distaste that I have for things that we'll probably have to partake in.
She'll sort of nod her head and say, I understand. Please aid them any way you can. And we are simply asking for some updates on a daily basis to know of your status, your condition, things accomplished in your journey, sort of a daily report from a field soldier.
And he will agree and say, I will be ready to go when commissioned.
And Remilia will turn to the remaining 4 of the group and say, so who is in charge here?
Dieter will on purpose break eye contact and look the other direction.
Mr. Omega, great. So we got the quiet one, the one that only speaks in parables.
Dude, man, that is just solid. I love that.
Yeah, I know, I do too.
I'll step up and be like, I guess I am, and I'll scoop up the broken china and be like, sorry about your cups.
Great, the 7-foot bugbear. Okay, so 1047. At this moment, we just ask that you take your daily mission directive from Yastava, the bugbear, and aid as you can.
This is going to be interesting. Control has been given to the bugbear.
Did Cal just become the bugbear's pet?
No, not necessarily control, but just as a in our stead of giving a sort of directive. But it's very much you are still sentient.
Yeah, my particular guy requires some type of reporting figure above him to report to, a chain of command type thing. So I will simply turn and kind of almost look like I'm looking up and down, scanning the bugbear Gustavo, committing it to memory, and then I'll turn back to Haventree and say, Gustavo has been logged as the point of contact for all reports. Both you and him will receive my daily briefings.
Says wonderful. Thank you for that.
Great. You're going to give him daily briefings. I didn't realize what I was volunteering for. Neither would he, so. Fair enough.
It'll be okay.
So with that being said, we'll go ahead and say it's time for a long rest tonight. You're going to rest up and set sail in the morning, headed to Jolt. So if there's any last minute things anyone wants to do tonight before bed.
Good berries.
If I have a second to talk to the robot that I'm in charge of now, or that I report I'm unclear if I report to him or he reports to me. So I'm gonna go tell him I'm about to go to bed.
That's an awesome dynamic. You're just standing there asking each other for permission.
Right. All right. If he does that, I will simply say, until we commence field work, would you like me to accompany you and sentry rest over your sleeping quarters?
Absolutely not. But I did see what you do with that that spear, and I'll go and reach for that bandana I wear around my neck and ask and point at this collar and say, "Do you think you could get this off my neck?"
I would defer to the DM on that. I definitely am proficient in those kind of tools and things like that. Is that something that I would be able to assist him in?
I would say you can make you're proficient with thieves' tools.
I'm proficient with thieves' tools, tinker's tools, and cartographer's tools.
same proficiency roll for them. So your choice of thieves' tools or tinker's tools.
We'll do the tinker stuff. I'll tinker with his collar and see. This isn't like first. Before I do that, I would kind of observe it. And do I need to? I'm going to ask him a question, but then you tell me whether I need to roll it for investigation. This isn't like I don't know what the D&D Faerun version of Deadbolt or whatever. Like this thing's like a Running Man. This thing's going to blow his head off if I mess with it.
Nothing about it seems to indicate that it would be an explosive device.
That would be.
I hope not.
Fail the check and his head explodes.
I hope it's not.
So, what do you specifically want me to roll for?
You said you were going to tinker with it, try to assist him in removing it.
Yeah, but I mean, like what ability check?
Well,
I rolled a 19 and I'm proficient, so that'd be +2, so 21.
All right. You said +2, 21.
I mean, that's my proficiency bonus.
Well, plus whatever your skill is that you're using.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I don't know what skill you.
Yeah, so it would be a dexterity check. So whatever your dex modifier it is, add to that.
Okay, so that'd be.
It'd be how dexterous can you move your hands in dealing with a fine collar?
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a 19 plus a 1 plus 2, so 22 is my total.
22. All right, so you do mess around with it. Looking at it and being familiar with sort of metal contraptions and gears and machinations, things of that, you examine it and you kind of poke and prod and look for openings and keyholes and anything you can find on it. But after about 10 minutes there of tinkering and trying and applying thieves' tools and tinkering tools, you don't seem to be able to find any way to even make headway in removing it.
Okay. I will relay that to him and say that thus far my preliminary efforts to release you from this has been unsuccessful. My apologies, he'll say in his monotone voice. But if you will allow me, I'll continue to do research and check to see if there's progress that can be made.
Ted will tap Dieter on the leg and say, "So, do you think Goodberry would help?"
I am not hungry.
Now, I'm talking about the collar.
Is it made of acid?
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
Okay.
I'll thank my robot friend. It's too many numbers for him to say. He's not really putting it together. He goes, yeah. He said, I didn't. He says a long shot. I've had a couple people try. He said, I just thought maybe since you were doing some fancy magic stuff, you could do it. And he pulls up the spell scrolls. He goes, maybe I'll try one of these.
Oh shit! What's that?
All right, with that, if nothing else is done, y'all do have quarters there at Sylvain's house where you can rest up and take a long rest for the night, in which one of her many servants will sort of arouse y'all in the morning, serve y'all breakfast, and and send y'all off to the docks to head to the island of Joel.
Yeah.
Anything that I want to do before y'all head off?
I know nothing that I can do or need.
We'll ask Miss Sylvain if there's anywhere we can buy health potions.
She's not going to answer you unless you say it in the accent.
Hell, I even tried your accent.
It's hard.
She'll sort of snap a finger and call a servant over there to go fetch, and the servant runs off real quick and fetches a chest, and she does provide one basic healing potion to each member of the party.
Oh.
Well,
So I'll just look at him and be like, "Is this for breakfast?"
She'll look at you and say, you see almost a little bit of pity in her eyes, like, oh, dear God. No, this is for if you're wounded, Gustavo, that it may heal your wounds.
He hands it back to her.
no,
I'm not
and
wounded.
she'll say, it's okay. Just hold on to it, and you may need it later.
Oh, he'll put it in his backpack.
Just put it in your backpack. Yeah, that'd be great. And let's do that. Just hold on to it you might need it someday.
Not today.
Not today. No.
Got it.
With that, I'll say if y'all are ready to board the ship and head to Cholt, y'all can start that. So y'all do find the Sea Sprite in the docks of Baldur's Gate. Full crew is loaded up. It's a large ship, probably 25 crew members on it running the whole gig. You do see Captain Dudermont at the helm, barking orders to the crew members, getting everything ready. And as he sees y'all approaching, he comes and greets y'all and welcomes y'all aboard and lets you know it'll probably be a 3-4 day journey to get to the island of Cholt. And as they're making final preparations to set sail, he'll kind of show you to your quarters, where y'all can be staying. All he asks of you is sort of stay out of the way of the guys who are doing work so that you don't interrupt them. And they will make their way, and they'll be departing here shortly.
Can I use the mast of the ship, Captain?
Can you what?
Can I use the mast of the ship?
Yes, Kelly says, I mean, if you want to take a roll and look out, absolutely.
No.
Always use an extra set of eyes up there.
I just want to punch it.
Sort of looks at you curiously. You want to punch the mast?
Yeah, punch it. Maybe kick it. But mostly punches.
Maybe kick it.
With a kind of confused look on his face, he's just try not to break your hands and legs, man.
That won't be a problem.
All right. Then he sees how confident you are, and he goes, all right, and don't break the mast either.
That might be a problem.
What is going on here?
He's like, no, seriously, please don't break the mast. We do need that to set sail.
Can I cast a guidance on him?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Sweet. It's a +4. Whatever you're doing, I don't know.
And also, all right, so everybody gets ready and sets sail as y'all begin the sort of a couple-day journey to make it to Port Nazari.
I'll start punching the mast.
I'm going to pull y'all over to Port Nazari so y'all can see kind of the city that y'all are approaching. So y'all will be approaching from this sort of east side. This is one of those weird things where the map is actually rotated 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So that the right side is actually north.
Just to
tell you what else I'm going to do here.
Yeah, just
I'm going to put this in your journal. I'm going to put the map of Cholt in y'all's journal real quick so y'all can see it. So if you look at the map of Cholt, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Nice.
then you are going to be at the kind of north side of the island. You'll see a little dot there. It says Port Nazaru up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
That is where y'all are going to be docking. But as you approach sort of the harbor, as you see the sort of inlaid, kind of the island begins to open up into the ports as you kind of come into sight of Cholt, as you begin approaching and entering sort of into that bay of Cholt in the island. Suddenly, actually, let's see, Chris, you're on deck. Anybody else on deck?
Sure, I'll get there.
I hit guidance on him, so I don't know if I stayed around for it, but
I would say this is probably 3 days later.
oh shit, okay.
Yeah, y'all have made 3 days. I just kind of fast forwarded because it's already 10:42.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was trying to move us along here a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd say we've made the 3-day journey. Nothing majorly involved other than, different storms and things like that, but y'all make it through fine. So as y'all are approaching, I would ask where everybody's at on the boat as y'all are getting ready to approach.
What time of day would it be?
It's midday.
Yeah,
I'm taking a nap.
Yeah, Ted would be on deck. He likes the nature sort of deal, so he wouldn't be below decks. He'd probably be sleeping on the deck. In fact,
All right. Anybody? Where's everybody else at?
I'm below
Definitely
deck.
still on the deck, punching the mast.
Alrighty.
Except for 4 hours out of the day.
I'm definitely below deck. I don't like the open sea. I like to be in the comfort of surroundings, like cave-like surroundings.
Gotcha. All right. Well, anybody who's on deck, go ahead and make a perception check.
all right.
Roll. No, I almost said Roland. God. 1047. He's just going to be kind of out, or maybe on the back of the boat, just kind of staring off at the ocean, kind of taking it all in.
All right, Chris. Even though you were engaged in some pretty serious training there on the mast, you do spot something kind of out of the corner of your eye catches your attention. A bit of a shadow that seems a little unnatural there for the water. And as you sort of stop punching the mast for a moment and approach the side of the boat to get a better look, you can tell there is definitely something rising up from underneath the water. And as it's approaching the surface, that shadow seems to be getting larger and larger and larger until you sort of begin to realize your brain sort of subconsciously does the work to realize that this sucker is much larger than the boat we're in.
I would definitely tell everybody that there's something massive coming up from the water.
Captain Dudermont would yell out, "Here she comes!" to the crew. As everybody sort of braces, and suddenly out of the whole crew bursts into action. They sort of lower the mast and kind of begin to stop their movement as best they can in this boat. As out of the shadow that you see approaching the surface begins to break through, and you see, if you're on the map over here on the right side, you see a gargantuan monster begin to break surface, and as a head kind of surfaces through the water, and you see a massive dragon turtle.
Somebody's getting swallowed.
And Chris, since you're the closest one there, you do notice a sort of white, milky substance over its eyes, where this dragon turtle does appear to be blind. And it begins to sort of circle the boat, so that anyone there speaking or looking at the dragon turtle sort of has to walk along the edge of the boat with it as it begins to circle the boat.
I'll definitely go to a kung fu stance, and actually that's it. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm sure everybody else sees this by now. Huh?
Would I have heard the commotion on deck?
Yeah, I would say you heard the yelling. Everybody kind of, as the captain shouted out, here she comes, and the crew bursting into action. They're sort of relaying commands and shouting different phrases. So everybody's kind of all hands on deck in motion, and that would definitely pique your curiosity of what's going on. There's clearly some type of commotion going on.
All right. I'll go to the top of the deck and ask what the hell's going on, and I would notice they're pointing at the water and go up and be like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I'd say as as soon as you break out of the step on deck, the nearest sailor to you, as you ask what's going on, he'll kind of look back at you and say, Armeg's here to collect the toll.
You,
Who took the 500 gold?
your leg is here. Okay.
That's a great question. Who took the 500 gold?
Our
I'll say,
leader.
and Dieter.
I was going to say our leader, the bugbear, did.
Oh, bugbear. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can carry 500 gold.
As y'all are kind of talking, as the dragon turtle is circling the boat, it's almost creating such a large mass of creatures, almost creating a very subtle whirlpool, so that the boat has begun to sort of spin in line with the dragon turtle that's making the
Is it
circle around
just
you.
the dragon turtle, or is there somebody riding the dragon turtle?
Nope, just the dragon turtle.
Let's say, I'll turn to the captain and say, Captain, is this normal?
And Captain will sort of chuckle and say, "Yeah, that's Armeg there." I believe Sylvain said she might have given y'all the fee for the toll here.
Bro, does he speak common or?
About that time, you do hear a very loud, booming voice come from the turtle, speaking in a sort of language many of you might not understand. Does anybody here speak Draconic?
I don't. Let me see.
Nope.
So you do hear a booming voice sort of come out, kind of speaks, and nobody seems to understand what's going on. And there's sort of a moment of silence as the crew's there's a tense moment, as you can tell.
Oh, I do.
You do? So Armeg will say, pay the toll and toss it overboard.
Can you hear me verbally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Armeg's blind, not deaf.
Well, I didn't know how close it looks like. I don't know how close he was to us, but
Yeah, you're good.
Ted will say, "Dude, we have your toll. Stop spinning the ship, man. You're making people sick."
Again, in Draconic, you'll hear it. And clearly this turtle is much larger than the boat you're on, which is already large. And you'll hear that loud voice again that says, pay the toll.
Yeah.
But in Draconic, so only you understand it.
I guess just throw the damn goal over the ship. I don't know. Is there a bag?
I'll reach in my backpack and grab that little sack that she handed me, and do exactly as he said and throw it overboard.
There you go.
And as you do, the sack of gold begins to sink. And as it begins to sink below the water, Armeg's head begins to descend under the water as well. And as as Armeg sort of disappears under the water as well, the ship begins to slowly stop spinning as y'all make y'all's way on into the city of Port Nazare.
We weren't going to win that.
Well, it wasn't a fight. It was more about just how much gold were you actually going to pay.
I was just told to throw it overboard.
I didn't. Again, I just got lucky and picked Draconic as a language.
That was great.
How many?
Three more languages to roll through before we reach.
How many ships are in the port? We're kind of in the port now.
Yeah, so y'all are headed into the harbor ward, and you do see a large number of ships. There's probably a good 30 to 50 ships. They're ranging all different sizes, from large ships to kind of small boats. As you approach the city, you sort of see a city that appears to be a little bit almost maybe of a contradiction. It seems so ancient and overgrown. You see, vines covering buildings. It seems almost like a city of lost ruins, yet it's so vibrant and full of life. And you can tell this is a place of great commerce. A lot of business is done here. It seems to have a sort of wealth to it, yet this sort of aged, ancient look. as y'all dock in the harbor ward, and the sailors begin to unload the ship. And Captain Zudermont thanks y'all for the safe, for traveling with them, and wishes you well, and sort of says this is where you exit off at. And he kind of recommends that if y'all are first time visitors here, I might recommend checking in with the harbor master, a man named Zendar.
So he eats gold? I'll ask him.
He goes, we don't really know much about Armeg. We just sort of know that anytime you're coming into the harbor, got to throw some gold overboard. I don't really know a whole lot about him other than he's guarded this bay for longer than I've been alive. But he does sort of protect them from pirates that run in this area.
If you get that big eating gold, I might start eating gold.
Gotcha. Because I don't know if it'd have the same effect for you as it does Armeg there.
No, aren't you, Mr. Smart Pants?
Dieter will go over to the mechanical friend and say, "You are good with the math?" He's not listening. Hey, Dieter's going to talk to you, Graham.
Oh, what?
I say you are good with the math, with the numbers.
Yeah, he would nod. Yes, affirmative.
Captain just said this turtle eats gold. And how many ships are in the harbor?
1047 would scan the horizon of the harbor. And how many ships does he see?
42.
42. I would look to Dieter and go, 42.
So we gave the turtle 500 gold.
I mean, I didn't count it.
So there's the gold.
Ted's gonna say, "Bros, everything I eat, I poop. Imagine how much gold is on the bottom of that sea."
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even know how to respond to that.
All right, possible side quest noted.
Pick up shit gold.
Diving for treasure at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, avoiding the giant dragon turtle to steal his treasure. I mean, I guess he's like a dragon, right? Dragons like treasure hoards.
Yeah, sort of. I guess so. A dragon turtle.
That's the harbor master.
As y'all sort of dock here at the harbor ward, as Dudermont did sort of direct y'all, hey, if y'all are new here, you might want to check in with the harbor master. He points you. He tells you a name, Zendar, and points you over to the harbor master quarters, which is this little number 13 over here. That is the office for the harbor master, who kind of checks in with all the ships, and everybody kind of runs their reports.
What's the name of our
that
ship?
office.
Do we know the name of our ship?
Oh, yeah.
What did I say, the Sea Sprite?
Oh, Sea
Sprite,
Sprite.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got it written down.
That's actually wasn't supposed to be the name of the ship, but I forgot it.
It is now.
But that actually is the name of a ship in the Forgotten Realms, and Captain Dudermont is the captain of it.
That works then.
So I pulled that out of some books I read 10 years ago.
There you
Well, Ted will definitely walk over there if nobody else is.
I'll put my hand on Ted's shoulder and be like, I'll talk to him.
Bro, I want to talk.
So as y'all sort of
I have like five 100 or no 50 gold, no 5. I don't know.
Now you have,
As y'all walk through, kind of even just right there on the cusp of town, the kind of people you see, I mean, you can see this is everybody's kind of wearing cloth robes, pretty much more dark skin, wrapped cloth around them. As I said, this looks like it's almost a contradiction of a very ancient people on the edge of an uncivilized land, yet at the same time, you can tell there's great wealth and commerce passing through this port. As you even see from the ships in the harbor, this is clearly a place where a lot of business is done. You can kind of see markets and storefront set up shops everywhere, from food and fish to fruit that you've never seen before, sort of carved trinkets everywhere. I mean, you see a lot of business and trading, buying and selling going on here. You do notice that, I mean, it's a very humid place, a very hot place. You can sort of already begin to feel the heat, even arriving here in the humidity. As y'all are sort of making your way to the harbor master's quarters, you do see people are already leaving the headmaster's quarters, headed towards the ship for the routine check-in and report of the manifest of the ship. And there's one notable person that sort of stands out amongst the rest as a dragonborn gold dragon seems to be making his way towards you. And as he approaches the group, he kind of calls out, says, "Hey, who's the captain here?"
Dudemont. Captain Dudemont.
Sir, are you Dudemont?
Dude, no. He's on the ship, bro.
As he sort of approaches the group, you can tell, I mean, he's a pretty intimidating figure in terms of size and stature. Not quite as tall as the bugbear that's with y'all, but he walks with a sort of confidence and a sort of gravity in his voice that commands respect. People clearly listen when he speaks. You can tell he sort of runs things around here. As you point him over to Dudemont, he kind of nods and says, "Thanks for pointing me in the right direction. What are you doing here? What are you guys? What business do y'all have here in Cholt? How important is our?"
We're looking for
Prince Otamu.
what?
He looks over at you, Prince Otamu. Do you have business with him?
Yes.
So he kind of takes a look at you real quick and notices the odd group that stands before him. Kind of looks at you guys, and then he looks at you, Dieter, and goes, "Well, clearly you're not from around here."
No. I have traveled very far.
He says, "Yeah, I can tell. Most people familiar with this place don't wear metal armor."
I wrote down Princess. Okay, sorry.
And then he looks over at 1047 and he's like, "Shit, and you're just made of metal, aren't you?"
affirmative.
They keep saying metal. I'm like, what's wrong with metal?
And he looks over, she's like, he kind of chuckles and goes, "Wander in the jungle long enough, you'll find out why people don't wear armor here, metal armor here."
Oh shit.
That's not good.
Yeah. Dieter's thinking in his head on his list of shopping supplies, oil and rags.
I'll spend money on those for you.
Next thing he goes, "Well, so y'all come from the Sword Coast?" Well, damn, is anybody going to answer me?
Nah.
Yeah, that's where we came from.
Alex says, "Y'all might want to check in with the Lord's Alliance people in town. They got a little shop set up over at the Thundering Lizard."
Drink lizard. Shit, so many notes.
This is a little bar over in the market ward. Kind if y'all are new here in town, you might want to check in with them. They typically introduce some of the newcomers to the place. I got to go check in with Dudermont now as he begins to sort of make his way to the boat.
Who are you?
He stops. What'd you say?
Name? What is your name?
I'm Zendar. I'm the harbor master here.
We was looking for you.
What are you looking for me for?
Captain said to talk to you.
Yeah. Probably knows because newcomers don't know their way around here. He kind of gives you some directions to the market ward and goes, here, the Thundering Lizard. It's probably where you want to stay. Probably where you're looking for. You'll meet some more of those who typically come from the Sword Coast that aren't native here to Cholt. They can kind of give you some of the rundown of the city, lay of the land, probably point you in the right direction where you're going.
How much is it? I say, bro, how much does it cost to stay there? We don't have a whole lot of gold.
Is gold? Nah. A couple pieces of silver will buy you a night there at the Thundering Lizard.
Okay.
I'll look at him and be like, hey, have you seen anybody that looks like me that has something like this on their arm?
As you point to the X's on your arm, you seem uncharacteristically, as he's been a little bit, not necessarily hostile, but sort of demanding and commanding in his responses and attention. He sort of gives a quiet pause, a moment of reflection as he see his face kind of soften just a little bit. He goes, yeah, I've seen something like that before. Long time ago.
Whereabouts? You got any directions?
Said,
Anybody I can talk to?
last one I saw had marks like that on his arm. He kind of chuckles. He goes, actually, used to be a champion here in the city. He ran the Coliseum for a number of years as the number one contender there. Kind of ran things. He was the one to beat for sure, but it's been a couple of years since I've seen him.
You got a name?
So, I mean, I don't really know what his real name was, but he sort of had a stage name in the Coliseum. Everybody used to call him Thundering Axe.
Oh, it's a great porn name.
And now on the main stage.
I'll kind of nod and be like, all right, well, okay.
Say,
Is that Coliseum still around?
I say, oh yeah, man. They run games through there every week, man. Is from, solo fights 1-on-1 to fights of multiple combatants, team versus team. They do dinosaur racing, all kinds of stuff over there in the Coliseum. I'll tell you, in fact, I think they got a competition coming up in the next couple of days, I believe. One of the merchant princes is putting up some big prizes for whoever wins it. It's kind of a staple here in the city. Is people love going to the Coliseum and watching some games. One rule you need to know about it, though. I don't know if y'all are too familiar with it, but some strange things are afoot here with death, and so that's the number one rule in the Coliseum: no killing.
No killing.
And he says, "Hey, if y'all do make your way over to the Thundering Lizard, make sure you ask for Lord Clevin." Said he's the guy who's sort of in charge there at the Lord's Alliance for the Lord's Alliance. They're representative here in Cholt, and typically welcomes newcomers and kind of give you some directions, point you around, tell you how to make sure you don't rub people the wrong way around here. Says if we're all good now. I know you said you had some business with Wakanga Tomu. I don't know if you'll be able to find him. A lot of them, they set up They go to the meeting place where the princes conduct business in the city. And he'll kind of point you in the direction you'll see on the map now. There's a number 4 here, kind of in the center. That's kind of like the city hall area, as what he describes it as. I don't know if he'll be there or not. Any given time of day, there might be, 1 or 2 merchant princes there. They kind of come and go throughout the day, but if you're looking for one of the princes to talk to, that's your best bet of finding somebody. And with that, he'll sort of welcome y'all to Cholt and make his way over to Captain Dudermont.
Well, as he walks by me, I'm going to kind of reach out and kind of hold my hand straight out and say, "Mr. Harbor Master, you make mention of metal, and I'm going to knock on my chest, as you can see. You appear to have great wealth of knowledge." And then he's going to go into his diatribe of where he's from, Eberron, and begin just droning on about his history and his world. And he'll have to be stopped again like he was last time.
Yeah, about 10 seconds in, Zendar, you can tell he's clearly a busy man and doesn't have a whole lot of patience. And he'll just be like, hey, get to the point here. What's the question?
And he'll say, and then he'll kind of stop abruptly and say, "This land is foreign to me. Please expound upon this jungle that you speak of and the detriment and dangers of the metallic alloys."
Kind of lick you up and down, still a little curious of never really seen anything like you before, and goes, I don't know, do you sweat much?
What is this sweat you speak of?
I say, nah, if you're not used to sweating, then I don't think you'd worry about it too much. He'll kind of turn his back and continue on his way.
He will say, "Sir, please, this land again," and he will begin again. "This is foreign to me. Is there a place that I could go to learn of the topography and the landmarks of this land we now find ourselves in?"
Kind of stops and says, I'll tell you what. A lot of the jungle's not really mapped out. Try not to go too far into the jungle. But I'll tell you what, if you do plan on headed into the jungle, again, the Thundering Lizard, there's another place, Kaya's house. It's another inn. It's more in the upscale side of town, kind of the ritzy area there over in the Merchant's Ward. Tell you what, many of these places you can find guides who can kind of lead you through different parts of the jungle that maybe they've explored before. Everybody has their own fee of what they charge, but if you plan on heading into the jungle, you need to make sure you get permission from the Order of the Gauntlet. They have expedition charges or charters that they give out. They're good for 15 days. You got to purchase them if you're planning on heading into the jungle. He says, you head to either of those places, though, either those bars and inns, and you'll find plenty of people who are offering their services as guides.
Okay. What was that? What was the name of that inn? Kaya's Inn?
Kaya's house.
Kaya's house.
Yeah, Kaya. I don't have all the locations uploaded in the journal, but I'll get them in there for you and reorganize the port so y'all can have all the locations and stuff in there. It's kind of all scattered in different folders and stuff right now, but I'll reorganize it to get it all in that one section for you.
Number 4 was City Hall.
Actually, I take that. Yes, that's number 4. That's kind of like the town hall area where he said you could, if you're looking for one of the merchant princes, they're most likely your best chance of finding one of them is going to be there. There's usually one there throughout the day at any given time.
What about the Lord's Alliance?
He said Lord Clevin is at the Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, Thundering Lizard.
That's kind of where he said, if you're not from here, that's where I would check in first.
Do that. the Market Ward, right?
Let's see. I'm sorry, it's actually in the Harbor Ward. So where y'all are at now?
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, okay, bye, and start walking off.
All right. And he's also, you can tell he's already on his way again to Captain Dudermont to check the manifest and check in the ship and supplies, all that. Where y'all headed?
I guess
The Thundering Lizard.
So where's it to go?
that's where he said go.
I say we find the Prince Old Tower.
Okay.
Yep, fine with me.
All right, so y'all are headed to, and I'm sorry, the name of that number 4 is actually Golden Throne, is the name of the town hall. That's what they call it, Golden Throne.
Messing my notes up.
So straight to the top.
All right, so as you make your way to Golden Throne, I will say the sun's beginning to set a little bit. You kind of got here a little early in the afternoon. You're getting closer to kind of that 5, 6 o'clock. You know, it's getting closer to dinner time. The sun's beginning to set just a little bit. Still in the sky, but as you approach Golden Throne, there are guards outside. You do notice this is a well-guarded area of town. It's encircled by very lavish-looking residents sort of surrounding it, kind of walled off even from other parts of the town with 2 major walkways above the roads that lead to different wards of the city. So it's definitely, you can notice its place of prominence. As I said, you notice the guards outside, decorated in very fine armors with weapons outside. As you approach, one of them will ask you what your business is there.
We're here to see the wizard, the prince,
The wizard?
the wizard prince.
Well, hell, which prince? We got 7 of them.
Oh, what was his name?
Prince Old Tower.
Wakunga. It's Wakunga.
Ukungo.
Tamu.
Look at you. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, where the hell are y'all from?
1047 will say, I am from Eberron, distant land, and he will go off onto his tangent about where he's from.
And they literally sort of sit there in stunned silence listening to you drone on like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, he does this.
I say, well, look, I mean, if you're here to see Wakanga, I don't even know if he's here. And he'll kind of call to one of the other guards. I'm like, hey, go check and see if Wakanga's here. See who's here today. And one soldier will kind of run off inside. As y'all stand outside, sort of waiting as he disappears inside, the guard standing there goes, hey guys, I'm just be honest, I don't know if he's here. And even if he is here, I can't necessarily guarantee he'll see you anytime soon. They handle business affairs throughout the day. But between you and me, honestly, I think sometimes they just make y'all wait out here just because they're in charge. And they do that a little bit. Time sort of passes a little bit. Sun gets a little bit lower. The guard that went inside does come out. Say, hey, Wakanga's not here, but Jessamine, Prince Jessamine is here. I don't know if y'all want to meet with her or not, but
1047 would like to first he would say that sounds incorrect. Your friend here tells us that you do this to people all of the time, that you make people wait for no reason, and that you would lie to us about whether they were here or not. Why do you do such a thing?
he'll look at you kind of just a little bit stunned that you said that out loud and be like, hold on, first off, we don't make anybody wait. It's the princes that make people wait sometimes. I think it's just a show of power to show who's in charge, but I'm not lying to you about who's here or not. Jessaming's the only one here. I think everybody else is gone for the day.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so hard not to insight check everybody with my poor. It's
Okay. That was a critical fail.
oh good.
No, you absolutely believe him. Yeah, he seems to be very sincere in what he said.
The sentient being here. I'm gonna turn to Gustavo and say the sentient being appears to be telling the truth.
Okay, so
I'm gonna step forward and kind of pull him in quietly, and I'm going to use
The guard?
Yeah, the guard. I'm gonna do something for the first time. I told you I was gonna do it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm going to use a background feature
gotcha.
that I have
I'm with you.
called the Heart of Darkness, where basically NPCs will do their utmost to help me because they're afraid of me.
Yeah, as you kind of approach him and as he kind of locks eyes with you and as you sort of ask, please, we need to meet with Prince Wakanga.
Yeah.
You do see that kind of stern face kind of soften a little bit. So, listen, man, I really do want to help you out here. I can tell you've been through a lot here, but I don't know how much I can do for you here. Wakanga's probably at his house. It's lower over in the it's over in the merchants ward, kind of a more affluent area of Cholt. I don't necessarily recommend that I would interrupt him at nighttime, though, if he's already gone to his house. I think you're better off, man, maybe just trying to meet up with him in the morning, see if he's here in the morning, or maybe try to set an appointment.
Does he come most days?
And these princes, they kind of do what they want. They come and go throughout the day. We don't really have a schedule. There's usually one of them here during the day, but when the sun sets, they kind of have gone home to their own home. So he's like, listen, I want to do the best I can for you here. He kind of reaches in his pocket and pulls out a 4 silver piece and hands it to you and says, man, why don't you go get a cup of Tage on me?
Is he? How do we set an appointment?
Man, if I were you, I'd maybe just come back in the morning, see who's here, what assistants are kind of running the day, and see if you can talk to them and set an appointment with Wakanga.
Donko.
He's like, I'm not really in charge of that. I just kind of protect the place, make sure things are in order around here.
Is he I know that Dieter pulled him in close to kind of look into his eyes. Are they speaking out loud where other people can hear him, or are they whispering?
It's not necessarily a whisper. Dieter's close to him, so he's talking quietly enough where Dieter can hear him. I'd say if you're within, a couple of feet of him, you could probably hear what he's saying pretty easily.
I just would all 1047 would say is when he hears it, get here early in the morning, he would then say exactly what time in the morning do we need to be here? Where should the sun be?
Sort of looks at you. Shit, man, I don't know. They get here when they want to get here. I'm trying to help the best I can.
I'll turn to Gustavo and say, would you have me wait here until he arrives?
No, it's probably best you come with us. I don't know.
Yeah, we might end up in that Coliseum.
I don't want somebody to strip you for parts in the middle of the
If
night.
anybody's looking, you'll see Dieter grin whenever Ted mentions the Coliseum, for sure.
At the mention of the Coliseum, people are like, oh man, y'all got to go see the games in a couple of days, man. They're starting up. One of the princes is putting up some prizes that are supposed to be big time. There's going to be some dinosaur race. Like, you can tell they get excited. It's a big thing in Cholt. the Coliseum games.
Just before we leave, I'll ask what his name is. The guard.
The guard?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You better just have a list of NPC.
I know. I was like, I did, and I don't.
We
have
got
it
a
on
we
me
got
right
a new
now, but-
friend. We got a new friend at the Golden Throne now.
Yeah, I do have a
gonna
list
be
of
looking for
Tolkien
it.
names, but
We'll call him. What?
hold on, where is it? I've got a list. Shit, I don't remember.
Just make some shit
What?
up.
Yeah, just Wozniak.
Yeah, the easiest name ever.
There you go.
Yeah, Sam. Sam would work.
He's Wozniak.
I'll say, bless you.
All right. I'll turn to the group and be like, well, that was my plan.
Well, let's get out of here. This place is really nice, man.
I've yeah, Ted. It's like I've never been to a city. Kind of meagerly.
And I'd say, I mean, the streets are full of people, lots of hustle and bustle. I mean, you can almost even hear in the distance some of the bazaars and market areas of town where people are doing business, you know, buying and selling goods and kind of places of town. But as the guard gave some silver pieces to Dieter, he says, "Man, why don't y'all, and listen, go find a bar, have a drink on me, man. Tasia's the drink of choice here in Cholt. Give me some pieces, have a drink on me. Why don't you go rest up tonight and come back in the morning and try to meet with Wakanga then?"
Just real quickly, like, how are they dressed? I mean, these are like military guard or ceremonial guard. Like, what do they look like?
These are definitely royal, what would be classified as royal guards. They do have on very, very fine looking armor. Not necessarily metal, but it is you can see jewel encrusted. I mean, it's some type of leather, but maybe not the leather you're used to seeing on the Sword Coast. It seems very dense, very hard, almost scaly throughout on the armor. Kind of heavy helmets on. Again, not necessarily metal. It's a weaving of wood and leather that wraps their head. So it's very heavily armored, but not in necessarily metal. It's going to be more of some type of scaly leather with halberds in hand.
Noted.
So it's going to be a mixture of maybe some straw, some wood, and leather garbs with robes underneath, but decorated pretty finely as they are in a royal area.
Cool. Lead on, boys.
I'm gonna ask him if he can point me in the direction of the thumping lizard.
And he'll say absolutely. And he kind of points you back to the harbor ward where y'all kind of first came from and gives you some directions there. And when you get off the dock, you're going to go over, walk like you're headed towards the harbor master's quarters. It's going to be kind of on your left. Trust me, you'll hear the noise. It's a pretty rowdy place over there.
I'll just kind of nod to him and be like, all right, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to follow his directions, but I'm gonna look at the 1047. Did you get that? Directions. I feel like you can remember. I feel like you can remember stuff.
Can Ted look at the guard? Not look at the guard. I mean, he's still looking at the guard. And do the silent speech thing again?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. Be excellent, bro.
As he hears the voice be excellent in his head, very physically he is startled and a little bit frightened at this moment. Like, he doesn't know it came from, so you can see clearly he's unsettled. He doesn't necessarily say anything out loud, but you can physically see him get uncomfortable in his stance.
Yeah, that's my job. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just tell everybody, let's go to the Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all just out of campaign real quick. If y'all want to do any kind of fighting tonight, about the only thing I have prepared tonight is going to start at the Thundering Lizard. So, for battle's sake,
That's where I want to go.
Sounds like that's
Listen,
where we're going.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
we can certainly go the Wakanga route. But I was like, if y'all want to do any kind of battle tonight, let's start there.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
All right, we'll head to the Thundering Lizard, and as y'all approach there is the bar it's sun is setting. People are coming into the bar. It is getting as promised. It's a kind of a rowdy place with lots of people feeling it, getting their drinks after a long day's work. Lots of loud talk. There's definitely a variety of people. Not just people, but creatures throughout the inn. It's definitely the place to be in terms of it's a party atmosphere, and heads turn when y'all walk in. There's an array of different sorts of people, but you do see one man of noteworthy who seems to be more pale in complexion. Seems most likely the best choice of options from the Sword Coast. As he is wearing metal armor, and it's probably who you would assume to be Lord's Alliance guy, kind of posted up at a desk over in the corner, kind of a makeshift, almost little office space over there where he's sitting at a desk. He's got papers and kind of having a drink and doing some work over in the corner.
I want you to stop and say, I think that's Lord Clebin. I'm not real sure. I can't read my writing, but you should go talk to him.
Okay. I'll walk over to him and say, I am Yostava.
I'll look up at you and say, well, Lottie fucking do. What can I do for you?
Ted's gonna touch Dieter and cast guidance.
Okay.
We were told to come find you.
So, from the Sword Coast?
Yes.
He kind of looks at the group, strange group in front of him, but seems y'all are pretty capable. Seems like y'all can kind of hold your own. He kind of looks at you and says, yeah, I think I can help you guys out here. Let me ask, he goes, what brings you to Cholt?
I'm going to look at 1047 and be like, what does bring us here?
I was he would say, well, it's a long tale. What brings me to this group, and he would start on his origin story of where he started from and how his quest began in Eberron, until someone cuts him off and says, get to the point.
That's about 15, 20 seconds into Eberron. He's like, well, shit, man, I didn't ask where you came from. I asked what you're doing here.
We'd say we have come to solve the riddle of the death curse.
At the mention of the death curse, you're going to seem kind of, hey, shh, calm down. Hey,
1047 will say, I am not uncalm.
Like, hey, listen, there's some things you don't necessarily say out loud like that.
Like the death curse?
Bro, like
just hold. And he kind of looks around, almost seeing as if like anybody else heard, but thankfully, the crowd's rowdy enough that they don't necessarily hear that. And they're like, all right, listen. I didn't realize that's what we were talking about here.
Yes, we were talking about the death.
Yeah, we're talking about the death curse, bro.
Now everybody's chiming in.
But guys, listen. Hey, can somebody shut the robot up here? Whatever this thing is. What even are you? I don't even know what you are.
I am a Warforged from Eberron.
Oh dear God! Can somebody please stop him?
I have been looking for the button. I can't find the button.
He's like, all right, listen. Listen, we've been doing some research on our own here, trying to find out what's going on. We've got some guys from the coast. We've got agents here who've been secretly trying to gather some information.
On the death
We're
curse?
trying to figure out what.
On the death curse?
Hey, guys, listen. Just God, do we
I'm
need to
gonna
go
look
into
at,
a
I'm
private room
gonna look at Gustavo and say he does not want you to say death curse.
You can see the frustration mounting here as he's just like shaking his head, like,
That's
"Oh dear
it.
God, what am I dealing with?"
That's at least 7 times.
He's like, "Listen, I don't know if you've learned this yet, but people aren't too happy about that thing." Yes,
You appear not to be.
yeah. I'm not the only one here. Who sent y'all here? Are y'all here to search it out or to do some research?
Cinda? Miss Cinda? No. That was originally Cinda.
Remelia Haven Tree and
Silbrax.
Sylvain.
Sylvain. Syndra Sylvain?
Yes.
You seem kind of almost that name sort of catches his attention. He's like from the Harpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Harpers.
Oh, shit. He's like, what did so she sent y'all here? Well, that changes things a little bit.
We're super important, bro.
He kind of looks at you and goes, well, you might not appear it, but maybe you actually are. Because I'll tell you what. And he kind of calls the server over and he's like, hey, bring us around here. Because I need to, if that's the case, I do need to talk to y'all about something. So, and he kind of draws you in a little bit, like, kind of speaks a little bit more in hushed tones and says, listen, we've gotten some reports of some outsiders been smuggling some things into the city. Not uncommon, pretty generic thing here. We get smugglers and pirates kind of shipping things in all the time, but over the last week, some of our agents have caught wind of a particular item. We don't know necessarily what it is, but that this group of bandits is planning on smuggling in some sort of item of great importance into the city. They believe it might be related to the death curse based off the intelligence that we've gathered.
You said death curse. Why can't we say death curse?
Hush tones.
Oh,
He's speaking quietly, kind of just to the group.
he wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, he was. You were not. Is listen. All I know is this: a couple of areas here in Port Nazara that, let's just say, a lower class and is more prone to thieves and robbers and people of opportunity. That's kind of outside what we would call the city proper. Because there's one part of this on the east side of town, just outside the walls. How do you pronounce that? Tiriyiki Anchorage.
I'm not writing that down.
Sorry, it's going to be on your map.
Okay.
If you scroll down to the bottom of the map, you'll see it kind of over this whole section down at the bottom.
We call that Anchorage.
Yeah, down in Anchorage. Because look, it's kind of another little bit of a harbor. It's a more rundown area. Some unsavory people down there. Kind of just outside of the City Watch. City Watch doesn't really go down there that much. But we've heard that that's where these this group will say, because we don't really know necessarily who it is, but we've heard they've got a place there that they can get into the city underground. We believe there might be some sort of tunnels or tunnel system. I'm not really sure, but there's a place down there by the harbor on the docks down in Anchorage where we believe they've got a place getting in. They bring goods in at night, and all we know is there's something coming in that seems to be of importance. And if y'all really are as important as you say you are, and Sylvain's the one that sent y'all here, maybe you guys are the right ones for the job to figure out what's going on down there and see if you can stop them from smuggling that in and get that item and bring it back to us to figure out what's going on with it. So you guys up for the task?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Can you give? Can you? I'll say yes. Can you give him very specific directions to this tunnel entrance?
Because
And I'll grin. It'll be just a lot of teeth.
he's like, kind of shakes his head. It's look, I can't necessarily give you exact directions. So he goes, tell you what, and he kind of calls to one. He kind of see him look over your shoulders, kind of in the corner of the bar, and he makes eye contact with a guy and kind of nods him over. Comes over and he says, "Listen, this is Agent Smith here. He's been scouting the area out for a little bit, for about a week now. I think he might be able to kind of point you at least in the right direction. He's not going to go with you though, because he's been sort of he's got a cover down there, and we don't want anybody to know he's necessarily working with us. But he can kind of at least point you in the right area where you can find the entrance." And he reaches in his desk there, pulls out a little bag and sets it on the table. It's like 50 gold for you guys if you get the job done and recover the item and bring it back.
I'll scoot the bag up.
I was about to do the same thing.
That's just.
I'll say as you reach for it, he grabs it and he's like, "Well, this is for if you complete the job."
Roger.
Is
What's
that
in the
your
bag?
way of saying you'll do it?
What's in the bag? How much?
It's 50 gold.
A piece.
50 gold.
A piece. Right?
Says, "No, it's 50 gold."
So you got like 5 bags, bro.
I'm like, so that's only one a piece.
Galaxy goes, "No, it's 50 gold."
No, but I don't think y'all understand. It's 5 bags of 50 gold each.
Kind of looks, he goes, I'm not sure if you're not understanding here." Because I'm offering a bag with 50 gold pieces if you get the job done.
For each of
You
us.
can successfully bring the item back to us.
Right.
I got
yeah,
it. I got it now.
For each of us. I got it. We'll definitely do it.
It's like, all right. I'll tell you what, it's usually late in the middle of the night when people are asleep that they meet. Smith here will kind of show you the area of town if y'all want to wait till nightfall and go scout out the area, see if you can make your way in, figure out what's going on, and find the item, bring it back.
Let's go.
What time of day is it?
It's nighttime at this point.
Okay. Well, then let's go there. Agent
Um,
Smith.
He says, you might want to wait a few hours before you head over there. Why don't you grab yourself a drink, get some food. And at this point, I'm going to have Cram roll a perception check.
Okay. 16 plus.
Please tell me he notices rust on his body already.
16 plus a 19.
19. You do notice that there is one guy sitting kind of across the bar, across the bar area on the other side, who is dressed in let's say very colorful garments, very unusual for this type of area, very pale complexion, and he is staring at you in wonder and amazement, kind of almost fascinated by your appearance. And he seems to have paper in front of him, and he is just writing with an ink quill pen and kind of looking up at you and writing and drawing and kind of looking up at you. It's definitely fascinated with what in the hell are you?
But it wouldn't be, I wouldn't get the feeling that this particular person means any ill intent, would I? From
No,
the way
he seems to be
he's-
absolutely, no, just a sort of fascination.
Okay. Well, I'll let him stay if it doesn't mean any harm, or if I'm not getting, if my spidey sense isn't going off, then I'm just going to sit there with the group.
All right. So here's what we're going to do.
That's
We'll hurry this part up, get y'all over here.
and
I was getting ready to fight.
in place of the L, I'll ask for cider.
For cider. Bartender will look at you and be like, we don't really have cider here. Always got some ale, some liquor, and some tage.
Grace told me I couldn't have any of that. It's bad for my head noodles. She said I don't have many of them, so I didn't need to be damaging anyone with that stuff.
Kind of look at you a little bit curious and be like, hey, that's up to you, man. Drink what you drink.
I'll just grin and walk away.
You roll a perception check as well.
This ought to go good.
You notice two tabaxi over in one corner who have not taken their eyes off of you since you walked in the door.
Are they friendly looking? Like they're looking at me like friendly or just curious or
they seem interested.
male, female?
One's male, one's female.
Menage a trois.
If I see them looking at me, I'm gonna go talk to them.
All right. So you'll approach them. They see you kind of approaching towards them, and again, they doesn't seem angry or hostile anyway, but they have definitely their focus is on you.
I'll walk over and grin and ask, "How are you doing? I see you. I saw you eyeing me across the bar. Do we know each other?"
And the male will speak up and say, "Well, hello there. Yeah, we were. I do apologize. We weren't meaning to stare so much. It's just we haven't really seen bugbear in this area in quite some time."
Well, is there a reason why?
Said, well, the last time bugbear were seen here was, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 years ago, back before the Yuan-Ti kind of rounded them up.
I'll get this kind of nod. I said, well, that's interesting that you say that. Are those Yuan-Ti still around?
One kind of looks in and says, kind of smiles, not necessarily a happy smile, but just kind of a chuckle and just like, man, Yuan-Ti have been here for a lot longer than we have. And I'm sure they'll be here a lot longer after we're gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got some business to take care of, but you come here often?
So yeah, we're always here.
And
Best place to find work.
Understood. Well, we'll be back around. I'll try to find you then.
And the female will speak up for the first time and just say, be careful out there.
I'll kind of grin and be like, I'm always careful.
The male will speak up and say, by the way, my name's River Mist.
You said what?
My name's River Mist.
All right, River Mist. I'll extend my hand and say I'm Yastava.
Then the female will introduce herself as Flask of Wine.
What?
There's a flask of wine?
Mm-hmm.
I'll shake her hand and thank them and say it was nice to meet you. I hope to see you around.
Let's say we hope to see you around as well. Hey, if before you go, if you do plan on heading out in the jungle at all, be more than happy to accompany you as guides out there in the jungle. We've done a little bit of exploring, but if you plan on heading out there, we're always hands able to be hired to kind of lead your way.
We're like, oh, that I do appreciate. We'll keep that in mind. You don't work for the Harpers by any chance, do you?
They kind of look at you, a little bit of a curious look on their face and go, "Nah, we don't really associate with the Harpers."
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. And I will again say to them we're busy right now, but I'll see them later.
All right. With that, so I want to go ahead and fast forward to headed to the docks.
Yep.
Bring all over to this map. It's nighttime. It's dark. I would say you'll find y'all's way. You've kind of wandered the dock a little bit before. Smith has kind of pointed you in the direction. If you sort of made your way across the dock, you do see an opening behind some storefront counters where you do see some guys who appear to be maybe who you're looking for, standing near a grate hidden in kind of a back alley. And that's where you would assume would be the entrance that you're looking for. So is everybody on the map and can everybody see?
I see.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
We weren't meeting anybody here. We just had a guide to get us here, right?
Yeah, Smith kind of pointed you in the right direction, told you where to look, but he wasn't going with you guys because he didn't want to blow his cover.
And we did not have a contact on location.
Nope.
Okay.
They told you what they knew.
Well, if he did that and pointed us in the direction, I will stealthily walk down the boardwalk and try to get eyes on these people here.
Hey, real quick, what's everybody's passive perception?
Good question.
15 for me.
Oh,
Mine's 13.
11.
Let's see. Passive.
No, I was just asking passive, not roll perception. I was just asking everybody's passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just putting it out 13.
Oh, okay. Oh, y'all were just putting it in. Gotcha. Okay. Is yours 18?
No,
Trevor?
that was a roll.
No, mine's 13.
Oh, 13. Okay. So 15's the highest?
Yep.
Sorry, come on. Oh, mine's 15, actually.
All right, so both of y'all are 15. That's the highest.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you're going to roll for stealth. You said you're walking stealthily?
I would be stealthily walking.
All right, then roll for stealth.
Oh,
Damn.
I would say that does it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You've definitely passed the stealth roll.
Are these are 5 foot squares? All right.
Yeah, they're 5 foot squares. So what you see is what you can see on the map. There seems to be one standing in front of this grate on the ground back here, and there seems to be two off to the side, sort of in conversation.
I would like to shimmy past this alleyway and get to this ladder over here.
Okay.
Can I get on top of this building?
You'll make either an athletics or acrobatics, your choice, and another stealth roll. See how quietly and nimbly you can climb this ladder and still be quiet.
Athletics. 24. Stealth will be 14.
Are you the monk?
So easily you're pretty athletic, so you're able to, manage moving up the ladder pretty quickly and quietly, no struggles at all. Even your major frame on this sort of wooden creaky ladder, you still manage to get up there pretty stealthily.
All right.
So I'd say you're about 10 feet up on the roof of this kind of makeshift storefront. Somebody who sells, fruits and vegetables on the harbor here. Anybody else? What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna see the bugbear get an elevated position, and I'm just gonna tell the group to say I'm just gonna go talk to these guys.
Okay. I want to. Yeah, I want to cast Long Strider on my monk friend Monty.
Long Strider?
Yep.
What does long
All right.
strider do?
You get 10 extra feet of movement.
For how long?
Well, hang on. Maybe not.
For an hour.
Let's see. I think it's an hour. Yeah, 1 hour.
Oh, nice.
So go do some shit.
I would walk if I see Dieter go. I would accompany Dieter.
And these platforms they're raised above these guys.
Yeah, sorry. What these are right here is imagine kind of just a little wooden shop where somebody might set out fruits, on a little stand out front for boats docking here in the harbor. It's a place where people can buy, little trinkets or food or fish, kind of things like that.
Okay.
Nothing like really expensive or valuable, just kind of common items that people sell here for people coming in and docking at the harbor. Imagine it like little gift shops right at the airport when you first arrive.
Yeah, all right. Well, Dieter's going to turn to Cal and say, follow my lead.
I will nod and
I'm gonna make my way over towards these guys, and as I become visible, as I round the corner, I guess on this building, you're gonna see me kind of.
Well, hold up. I'd say stop when you're about here. Because if y'all get that close, you will see there seems to be another one sort of crouched behind this barrel hiding here, who kind of pops up and says, well, hey, what are you guys doing over here?
And okay, well then that's when Dieter's gonna turn to Cal and just kind of slap him as hard as he can across the face. Be like, where are we? They're looking for the bar.
And so, Cal,
so
make a performance and a deception check.
Performance is a 12. Deception is a 14.
okay.
12 and 14.
Yeah.
You pass, and he's gonna kind of look and be like,
I'm just going to completely ignore him and keep stumbling towards him. Like, I'm just trying to close the gap.
Well, I was going to say, do I get a reaction to that?
Absolutely.
Well, if he told me to follow his lead and he did that, then Calvary would then slap him across the face and say, in his this bar.
I'm just going to keep stumbling towards this guy, like, ignoring
hold on.
him.
No, I'm going to need performance and deception as well.
Okay. All right, see, I'm -1 on performance. Oh, shoot, that rolled off the table. Let me get my other one. Hold on.
A combined score of 25.
All right, so that was a critical fail for performance. And a deception is a 17.
That's an 18. He definitely looks at you a little suspicious, like, I'm not believing this mechanical thing is drunk. And so I say, listen, I don't know what you two are up to, but whatever the hell you are, why don't you take your drunk friend here and head the other way? This place ain't for y'all.
The whole time he's talking, I'm not stopping walking. I'm walking straight towards him. I'm like stumbling.
I
He draws his sword and says,
following his lead, stumbling.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm getting as close to him as I can.
he'll draw his sword and say, stop where you're at.
Keep walking.
I'm following the lead of Dieter. I'm doing exactly what he told me to do.
Then he'll call to his friends, say, "Hey guys, get over here. We got some trouble."
I'm keep walking. I'm gonna like
Alright.
push past him and walk out into the open out here.
As you get within within range of him. So hold on, I'll back you up a step.
Okay.
Because I'd say once you get within range after 2 warnings, he's gonna go ahead and take a swing at you,
Go for it.
and then it will roll initiative after that. 13 to hit.
Yeah, that's a miss.
That's a miss. So he misses, and we'll roll initiative.
Just to finish the scene out, as soon as he swings and misses, you're gonna see Dieter like dodge out of the way, stand up straight, and just smile at him.
Oh, we're awful.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
I was just rolling mine to get in the queue, but my roll was a 10. It
I
wasn't
got
that- it wasn't that.
You're with me.
Oh man, all of them get to go before me, I think.
Is everybody in?
Yeah.
All right. So the bandit that just swung and missed at you, as he swings and you sort of sidestep it and stand up straight and smile, he reverses direction of the sword and slashes back across at you for a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
6 slashing damage. And with that, it is Montenegro's turn.
All right. Well, I'm sure I've heard all the commotion.
Yeah.
I'm going to run down here, which is not even close to all my movement, and I will try to punch this guy in the face.
All right.
20?
Yep, that will definitely hit.
If I'd been smart, I would have gone a couple of blocks further, and that would have been a crit. And I'll try to punch him again.
What's your damage on the first one?
6. No,
4.
it was just going to be 4. Yeah, that was a crit roll.
All right. You smash him square in the face.
There's a
Kind of
15
knock him
hit
on his heels, and then a 15 will hit as well.
for another 4.
Very quickly, just coming out of the shadows and moving faster than this guy really even realizes you got there. As his focus is on Dieter, you come over the top of that barrel and just 1-2 right in his face and just sort of open him up. He is dazed, confused, bloody, and barely standing on his feet.
Oh, he's doing the whisper thing. That's the coolest thing.
No doubt.
Very nice.
Then I'll use a key point and burn flurry of blows
Okay.
and try to punch him 2 more times.
All right. 15 will
again.
hit.
6 points.
And with that, I mean, you just knock him flat on his back and he drops to the ground.
All right. And can I use my free action to talk?
Yes.
I'm going to tell the guys that there's somebody else hidden in the shadows down there. Something is afoot at the Circle K, Ted.
Totally, dude.
Ted's over there by himself in the middle.
Do you still have more movement?
Probably
yeah,
a shitload of it.
a ton of movement.
I gave
But
you.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot where I was on the map. And
We started like right here.
I didn't know you could do waypoints.
I know neither did I. That's kind of cool.
you right click on the mouse.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, so yeah, I'll move up here.
Let's see. That it'll be this one's turn down here. He will pull out his short bow off his back, or his light crossbow. He'll pull up his light crossbow and take a shot at the monk who he just saw just knock his friend off in the matter of seconds before he even really realized what's going on. That's a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right, crossbow catches you kind of in the shoulder there. As you kind of rounded that, knocked him off and kept moving. Real quickly, raises up, fires off one, and does make contact with you there. And with that, it'll be Cal's turn.
All right. Let's see here. I will clod hop over the dead body of the guy here. 10, 15, 25, 30. And let's see here. I am going to. Let's see. I tell you what. Let's see before. Actually, I'm going to stand. Instead of taking that movement, I'm gonna stop right about the edge right there.
I'll tell you what, real quick. Since Montenegro did point it out, that's who he pointed out in the shadows over here around the corner down here.
Okay, so all right. He actually
Because he did point it out that there's somebody over there.
Okay, all right. So I would I'd come about right there, and then for my action, I would say I would raise my arms in a voice and say, "Gentlemen, occupants of the street, please place down your arms. There's no need for violence." And that would be my action.
Gotcha. It'll be this one's turn here. Very sort of caught off guard by first of all, seeing this creature in front of him that he's never really seen before, and hearing "lay down your arms." He's going to begin to, he's going to raise his crossbow, utter some curse words at you and something like "get out of here," and fire off a crossbow bolt at you for 10 to hit.
That'll miss.
Easily, you see it coming and just sort of raise that shield up and just sort of deflect it aside without a problem. And with that, it'll be Ted's turn.
Okay. I still don't know what Ted's doing. Okay. So can I come through any of these gaps here?
Yeah, you're small enough you can fit through just about anything.
Okay. And the next question would be, I guess we'll see. That's what we'll do. Yeah. We're going to come 1, 2, 3, right here. And, well, we're going to fit through this gap first. 4, 5, 6. And, we're going to be a brown bear right now.
Gonna wild shape to a brown bear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
What's great is that no one saw that happen.
Oh shit! I don't have a brown bear.
No, it's in the compendium.
Yeah, I thought I had enough creatures in my little journal over here that wouldn't be a problem to.
You obviously did
I
not
thought I
watch
had
that
so many
video.
that whatever you said I had covered, but apparently not that one. Tell you what.
I believe that's what I wanted. I could have technically turned to octopus, which I kind of wanted to do, but I couldn't jump in the water with it because I can't have a character with a swim speed. Let's see.
So I could always throw an octopus.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Fly. All 8 went.
You'd have to lay on the ground until someone else picks you up.
All right.
No,
I'll get a token for the brown bear, but right now you're controlling that little person.
I got you. The octopus has a walk speed of 10.
You should also have brown bear in your journal with the stat block.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see.
Can you move that little deal or hold on?
Yeah, I can move it.
Okay, cool.
So my question is, I move from here. I move my movement. I don't get the brown bear's movement. Yeah.
Nah, that's gonna be part of your turn.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think technically, if the creature has more movement than you do, you can take.
So you got another 10 feet.
I got more.
Yeah.
I got 10 more feet.
I
Okay.
guess 15 actually, because you only got 25 feet of
Yeah.
movement, huh?
Yeah.
So you got another 15.
So we'll go another. I'll take it from me to 5, 10, 15 here,
Okay.
and then I'll pull up the
So this-
brown bear.
With these kind of market stalls, right there on the harbor, I would say where the tables are that they're setting their wares and goods out to sell. Ted is not tall enough to see over that. Retrospectively, it means nobody else really sees Ted running around the corner of those market stalls. And next thing you know, as the little halfling kind of rounds the corner, people just see the shape of a bear, a brown bear, kind of appearing through the corner of these stalls.
That's awesome.
And actually, you're considered large.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely large.
Yeah.
I'm a large beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a large brown bear just comes roaring through the middle of these little market storefronts.
And I love the fact that nobody knows it's him.
And with that, it will be.
Actually, yeah, I could tell y'all. If I can see you, I can tell you.
You can take a free action to speak
Okay, so
with your.
yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever sense.
Yeah, because that bear doesn't speak common.
Who's that?
Yeah.
No, but I okay.
But I'm saying mentally, you have your halfling.
Right. And this is who?
It's me.
It's Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll say to Cal, dude, I'm the brown bear.
I'm really glad you did that because I was going to be attacking the bear.
I still haven't decided if I'm not going.
No, you, and then he can tell anybody else, but
It's not his turn.
I know, but I'm just saying I can only talk to one person at a time.
Gotcha. So I'll hear this. You do that telepathically?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say interesting.
So this bandit that was hiding around the corner is going to step up, kind of from around the corner, pull up his crossbow, and he is going to take a shot at the now large brown bear that is barreling towards his two compatriots.
Okay. What was
What is
that?
it?
Let me see.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Yep. So that'll be 9 points of piercing damage. You take a crossbow bolt kind of
Okay.
to the flank.
Let's see, how much was it?
9.
9.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be the other bandit's turn, and he is going to move away from the bear, but towards the other group with sword in hand, and that's as far as he can get as he charges at the mechanical thing in front of him and the monk that took his friend out. And with that, it'll be Dieter's turn.
Oh, that changes it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all right. Well, sword already in hand. Dieter's going to charge the guy that was moving forward and take a swing for a whopping 12 to hit.
12 will hit.
Oh, thank God. 2d6. Get to reroll that. 13 points of damage.
And in one giant cleave, he just catches this guy from neck right down to the middle of his torso as the great sword digs in. And as he pulls it clean, this gentleman falls down clearly dead.
And with my remaining 5 feet of movement, I'm going to literally just step over his body towards the next person.
All right. And with that, it'll be Gustava's turn.
All right.
if I'm still hidden
Yep.
or stealth,
Yep.
I would like to jump off this building here. Is this guy engaged with the bear?
No, there's some space between you. I'll tell you what, though. If you would like to jump off the building onto the bandit, I'll give you surprise.
Well, I have surprise attack.
Oh, you have surprise attack. Gotcha.
As long as I'm hidden before I attack, I have surprise attack.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh boy.
So I will just hop down off the building and take my attack from right here.
Yep.
Yeah, because you
Of
can
course.
stack from 15 feet.
Of course you will.
And that will absolutely hit.
For 12 plus a 2d6. So 17.
And as the giant bugbear comes off in the middle of the night, because it is dark, not a lot of light in this area, especially in a back alley, the bugbear, who is surprisingly stealthy for that massive size, comes off the top of the market. The bandit staring at a large brown bear in front of him, doesn't even see the halberd coming down in the dark of night, and just cleaves him right through the head and drops him to the ground. Never even saw it coming.
How much movement was it to get off this building?
5 feet.
5 feet.
I mean, you're 7 foot, it's 10 foot. It was not a big reach for you to get down from there.
I'm going to go my rest of my movement to here.
All right. You will no longer be hidden, though, after
Yeah.
killing the bandit.
Yeah. I feel like these guys nice got pretty bad, and they're paying attention now.
See, he's done. Montenegro's turn.
Okay.
Monty can go wherever he wants to.
Yeah. Don't run anywhere.
Damn, yeah.
And what I cast on you is not concentration, so you feel free to take it for an hour.
I'm going to run right here. This guy.
Jesus.
15
15 will hit.
and a 17.
17 will hit.
6 and 5, 11 points of damage.
With that, you get there surprisingly fast. Him with crossbow still raised. You get upon him quicker than he can really imagine. Before he can even begin to defend himself, you catch him with 2 good blows that not only knock the wind out of him, but again, knock him back against the wall of the building behind him, and he falls down, seeming to be lifeless.
It's like the poor man's haste.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then I'll use my last 5 feet of movement and burn a flurry of blows and hit this guy.
All right,
14
14 will hit.
and 7 probably doesn't hit.
7 does not hit.
5 points of damage.
All right, and you cold cock this dude in the side of his head that leaves him reeling a little bit. Though still on his feet, you did some damage with that punch. And with that, it'll be nope, you just killed him. With that, it'll be 1047's turn.
Okay.
It'll be Cal's turn.
Noticing all of the carnage around him with the bodies dropping left and right, Cal will simply say, again, peace. We must have peace. And I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's going to be very calculative in his movement because he doesn't want to do damage with this. 10. Well, we're gonna see because in order to get him to me, I'm gonna have to. All right, so I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna use my 30 feet of movement, and then I'm gonna cast lightning lure.
Okay.
I'm gonna create a lash of lightning energy that strikes one creature within 15 feet of me. He's got to do a strength save, 13 or better. All right. So he is going to be pulled 10 feet in a straight line toward me,
Yep.
and he'll be within 5 feet of me. And as he's pulled to me, I'm going to, he's going to take damage, but I'm going to be also tell him surrender now, and we may be able to come to a term of peace. But he is going to take 1d8 of lightning damage. Here,
Oh, please, dear God, please.
I was hoping.
Does he have eight hit points? Murder him.
This would be hilarious if he's trying to bring peace and just murders this dude.
3 is the damage.
Oh.
Okay. No, so the lightning lure wraps around him. It is unpleasant. He's sort of shocked by it as he's pulled towards you. Still alive. Also make a persuasion check or persuasion roll.
Yeah, I'm imploring him, saying, I'm trying to save you from certain death. Persuasion is going to be 9, total 9.
All right. Well, it's not his turn, so you don't know yet.
Gotcha.
With that, it is the giant brown bear's turn.
Oh, nice. He's not persuading anybody to do anything.
He's got 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
You can walk over this grate as well. I mean, this is solid ground.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the covering to a tunnel. I mean, it's like a metal grate, metal doors.
I gotcha. I'm just walking in this guy.
That's
Next to Dieter.
Oh,
You
no,
come
no.
and hang out with Dieter?
I'm sorry. No, I'm going to this guy.
Yeah, there you go.
I get two attacks. One with one with a bite.
Yes, he would. Yes, the bear would. That's exactly what he would do.
Okay, I get one bite.
And with that bite, you get a good mouthful of bandit. The powerful jaw. You don't even worry about the second one. The powerful jaws of a large brown bear. Them teeth sink in and cleave through pretty easily as this man is now dismembered and lifeless, and the bear's hunger is being quenched.
I didn't have a choice.
No, that's great because 1047 is literally going to have this guy have brought him to me and then see the bear charge in and devour him and just.
I mean, I know we're like technically out of combat, but like Dieter is just gonna like have his great sword pointed straight at the bear.
Yeah, and I haven't taken my action if we're out of combat to say I would turn and say, careful all, this is Ted.
Okay, fair point.
How long does that last?
Wild shape?
No, I think it's a minute. Let's see.
be
You
like,
can hold
no,
it for like your
Oh no, actually,
good level.
I
number of hours,
can
think.
hold it for an hour.
Yeah.
Or 2. Yeah. So yeah, I'll
I'll
hold.
be like, that is not Ted. That is a freaking bear.
I give you my assurances.
I will.
This is Ted. And I will place a hand on him and begin to pet him and say, Ted, tell them it's you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll begin with. Gustava, and say, Gustava, bro, I'm the brown bear. Don't kill me.
He's gonna look around for Ted.
And I guess if we're out of action, I can go around the room saying that.
Yeah, you're out of combat.
Yeah.
What weapons do these guys have?
Just routine kind of scimitars, things you would see kind of pirates and bandits, short swords and crossbows.
Crossbows. No longbows or short bows.
Nope. They all had, kind of small crossbows, simple crossbows, and simple swords, short swords.
Cool.
They don't seem to be, heavily armed. They're just kind of run-of-the-mill bandits that you might meet.
So now y'all are rolling around town with the big ass brown bear.
I'll walk over to the bear like gingerly and say, Ted, opens the gate.
Yeah. I think I can understand any language I already understand, right? In wild shape.
Yeah, you can understand them. You just can't speak back verbally to them.
Yeah, but telepathically I can. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a neat. You're still being able to talk.
I'll open or attempt to open the door. I can make a strength check, which is
I'll get off of it.
Make a strength check. Yeah.
nope.
Not used to this new form. Not used to not having really opposable thumbs. Not being able to get a good grasp on it with your jaws. You don't really know how to grab it and try to open it. But it does appear to be locked.
Oh, well, y'all can smash it. Or I don't know.
I was like, I just said, I think it's locked, bro.
If I heard Gustavo tell that to the walking fur ball, I would attempt to go to the lock and try to pick it.
All right. Dexterity check with proficiency because you're proficient in thieves' tools.
I thought they had
17 plus. You said what? Would you say? Sleight of hand or dex?
No, just dex, just straight dex check plus proficiency bonus.
Oh, then that would be a 20.
All right. Yeah, easily enough. You pick the lock and unlock it. So now you could just grab it and open the doors if you wish.
And as I pick the lock with my thieves' tools, my mechanical hands, I would, as I'm opening it, say, "Gentlemen, I hope in our next encounter we could broker peace. Violence is not the answer."
I'll just kind of look at him and go, hey, keep it down.
Cal's going to look over his shoulder and see Dieter literally wiping blood off his sword on
Yeah.
that guy's robes before he sheathes it again.
I'll say, listen, we're about to go down in this tunnel. Let's cool it on the peace talk. We're all getting 50 gold for this.
Peace.
What did the monk say?
Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace.
I will turn to Monty and say, "Thank you, wise words."
All right. Is the gate open yet?
Yeah,
They opened the gate.
Yeah, I opened it.
All right. So lighting should be correct here. So what y'all should see is you'll see typically 2 circles of lighting out from your character. There's the area that you can see clearly, and then there should be a sort of grayed area where you can kind of see, but it's not as bright. Any attacks made in those areas will be at disadvantage as you don't have clear sight, except for the ones with dark vision. I still set it up that way just so it doesn't expose so much of the map, but y'all will not suffer disadvantage there. There are little torches along the way that provide a little bit of light as you go through, so you might see a gap between the edge of your vision and the start of another light source, but there might be darkness in the middle that you can't see. But I went through all the tokens. I believe everybody's set correctly. So you made it down. Yep.
I was going to say, Dieter does not have dark vision, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So yours is much smaller than those with dark vision. Your field of view is much smaller than those that have dark vision.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It should be all set up correctly.
If we're out of combat, I'm still a brown bear.
Yes, I didn't pull the
No,
deal
no,
out.
no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to figure out what the dark vision of a brown bear is, if any.
I don't believe they have dark vision, but they do have advantage on things with anything relying on smell.
Well, the same thing as before. I would ask: is there anyone that would need some additional light?
I mean, do you say sure?
Okay, so I would pick up a stone or anything debris on the ground, simple object, and for Dieter, since he asked for it, I would magically tinker with that, and I would that rock would shed an additional 10 feet of light for him.
All right. So as you hand him that light,
and I would tell him to use this
how many
wisely.
feet you said?
Yeah, it's a total of 10 from the object itself, so he could throw it somewhere. It's 5 feet of bright light and then 5 feet of dim light for a total of 10. So he could, like, if he needs to see something a little further, he could throw the stone or something like that.
Did your vision change, Brandon?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No,
I will
I
say
think
so.
it's still inside the radius I already have. He said it only goes 10 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be the stone itself, meaning that if he finds himself in complete darkness, or if he wanted to throw it down like a hall or something, or near where he's trying to hit for better visibility.
Yeah.
yeah. The outer edge of your vision should expand further, although it might be overlapping with the lanterns. Kind of the little small torches that are lit down the hallway.
I got you.
So here's what I'll say. Y'all have entered the tunnel. I go, it's a very damp, dark place. Very dark, although you do see little flickers of light kind of along the halls. You believe this tunnel probably leads underneath the bay itself. So water is sort of seeping through in different areas. Like I said, it's puddled down at the bottom. Very dark, natural kind of cavern place. It's been dug out, not very well made. So it kind of seems like tunnels that have been dug. I will ask y'all, it's 12:30. I don't know if y'all want to go on or if y'all want to stop here or what y'all want to do.
Yeah, we can stop it here because we hadn't seen anything in here. It would be better if we didn't know. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was like, I at least want to get us to this point. Let's at least get around to combat, get here, start the first kind of adventure
Good deal.
or the first mission.
That'll work.
Yeah, that worked out good. Yeah.
Like I said, that's the tug between how much introduction and to the land and characters versus let's get into.
You had a lot of groundwork today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
there's so much more too. I was trying to rush through and just drop a few things, but still get y'all to a place where we could start actually doing something.
Well, I love that
you have
on
a
our first
purpose.
night in town, we're straight up murdering people in the streets.
Not all of us.
Not me. Not me.
They told us to.
Oh, the halfling was just toting along, doing whatever.
Hey, they said these were bad people.
That's right.
No problems.
Dieter's a soldier. He's got an objective. He's going for it.
So I wanted to at least give us a purpose of what's your first steps of action. But there's still a lot more to discover in this city. A lot more people, a lot more background. There's a lot here.
And
and we're getting
river
paid,
mist and flask of wine.
Yes.
right?
Okay. I wrote that down.
Tabaxi twins, one brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they said they were guides for the jungle, right?
Yeah, they offered services to be guides.
Gotcha.
It sounded kind of shady.
Yep. And tabaxi are cats, right?
Yeah, they're cat-like people.
That's what I thought. I'm not gonna hold that against them.
They're sort of the primitive dwellers of the island of Cholt.
Right.
Give me a long rest before we talk to them, or a short rest.
I'm not gonna hold the race against them. Yeah, that was good. Those guys had a bad night in the street.
Cal just had to ruin my ruse there I had going.
Hey, he said follow your lead. I was just copying you.
And I figured giving an extra 10 foot to the monk wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, no joke.
That worked out.
That monk can run everywhere.
Well, I know they can because I fought one of them. And
Yeah.
I fought Chris as a monk in a one shot,
Yeah, that's right.
and he wore me out.
I was in Arakoa then, so I could fly as well.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Hey, I'll tell you what. I actually thought when I was making this, I was like, I bet $20 Chris is going to make an Arakoka monk. I actually thought that's what you were going to do.
That would just be dirty.
It just seems like cheating when you can fly and be a monk.
Yeah, off the hoof, fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just.
I didn't mind it for a one shot, but I don't want to. That's too much for a campaign.
You chased me all over the damn. Like I was the actual bad guy, and you chased my ass all over the map. And stunned me. You stunned and struck me like 3 times. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Stunning strikes 30.
And hit every time.
Hey, I like having a sword and just hitting stuff. By the way,
Dude, y'all can take folks out in one hit, man.
well, for now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. And I
Gotta hit him. Gotta hit him first.
I can do that. Shit. What is it? What's it called? What is it? I do Long Strider twice. Right now, anyway. It doesn't give you any health to damage or anything, but.
How long did you say it last? An hour?
Yeah. You should still have it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll have it through this whole little dungeon area.
I can literally move off the screen.
You can literally run to the other edge.
Yeah.
That should be round 1 of combat. Just let the monk run around and look at everything.
Yeah. I would like to dash in a circle around the map, please.
We'll wait
Hey.
here.
And send the bear after him, like right after him. Because
I'll stand in the hallway when he runs past. I'll just t-ball him as I go by.
Because I mean, I can honestly bamp out of bear shape and do it to him again and go right back to bear for a bonus action.
How many hit points does the bear have?
40 something.
Oh,
Golly.
tanky tank. Tanky McTank.
Yeah, them mud shades ain't no joke.
The octopus is better, but it can't move. Like on land, it can move 10 feet.
Yeah, but at this point, you can't be an octopus.
No.
I know.
How is an octopus better than a bear?
Well, it can grapple and contain people with tentacles. No, I know I can't be an octopus right now, but it's nice. But the wolf is also really good. And what else had like?
I know the dire wolf is good.
No, I mean no.
Right.
I can do dire wolf.
Yeah, you can do the wolf.
I can do
Well,
dire,
wolf and dire wolf are 2 different things.
yeah, I can do dire wolf. It's a CR1.
Can you do CR1 at level 2?
With the druidic circle is chosen, yes.
Yeah, the
Well,
moon.
does he get his circle already?
Yep, level 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he gets to choose his circle at level 2.
Well, now I know what circle you are.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Especially those high level ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no joke.
It might be.
Look, yeah, you're not even going to need to cast spells. You need to save those for that special circle ability you get.
Yeah.
I can hit stuff with Brandon.
welcome to Baron's world. Y'all were doing all kinds of cool shit, and I was just like, just get me there.
Well, Dieter's got something up his sleeve. Y'all see soon.
Yeah, all y'all got some stuff.
But I will still be hitting stuff, yes.
Well, that's why I wanted.
So you can only wild shape twice though, right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's short. Is it short or long, or is it just a long?
I think it's a long. I think it's twice per day.
It's short or long.
It's short or long. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So even a short rest will fill you back up with it.
Right. That's why I want it to last at least an hour. I'm not gonna come back out of it. And that's why
I would say, unless y'all decide to like stop or rest in the midst of this tunnel, y'all will be able to do this whole portion in under an hour.
Well, yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
that's why I wanted the ghost wise, so I could cast it on a bonus action.
I really like. I remember my druid. It was awesome, like because I had that summon. So I summoned 2 wolves, I think, and then I turned myself into a dire wolf. So there was literally a wolf pack on the map.
Oh yeah,
You get pack tactics with more than one.
Yep.
You get pack tactics with any ally, right?
Yeah. Anybody.
It's like
Okay.
Is that advantage? That's advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I was really like going right when J-Mix said, "Hey, it's your turn, Ted's turn." I was like, "Direwolf or bear, brown bear?" And they said, "When I was on Reddit, and it said, when in doubt, brown bear." I was like, "All right, brown bear."
All right. Well, that was fun. I'm ready
Yeah,
to.
it's good.
Yep.
Good start.
Fun.
Well, I mean, at least we got some of the introductions out of the way. We got y'all to Cholt.
Yep, we made it to the island.
There's a lot of exposition that can happen, but I was trying to shortcut it as best I could. Get y'all here so we could at least get started on having some kind of purpose here.
Yeah,
No, I did
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
So we're working for the Harpers, and we're doing a mission for the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, I'll say just so out of campaign Senegal, all factions will be represented here. If you do remember, Sylvain said, "Please keep it a secret that she's hired y'all here."
Oh,
So
yeah.
far, so good. I don't think we said
We're doing
anything.
great. We're doing great.
Yeah, that was one of the first things she said was nobody knows except for Haven Tree. So please keep that discreet. Don't tell anybody.
Well, no. I mean, back up a minute. We didn't say that she was dying of the death curse.
That's fair. That's fair.
We just said that she sent us here, her and the Harpers. I mean, because we
That's
listed
fair.
Raven Tree too.
And that's absolutely fair. Yeah, I hadn't said there was anything there. I was just reminded that she did say discreetly there. But so here's what I said: all the factions will be represented. There are 7 merchant princes. I am keeping track of everybody's disposition towards the group. You know what I'm saying? If you do a mission for the Harpers, they're gonna like you more. If you do something for the Lord's Alliance, they're gonna like you more. So there will be opportunities to meet contacts for each one of the factions here for the next couple of sessions to at least introduce you all to each faction and points of contacts for them. The merchant princes, you'll be able to meet all of them soon as well. And they each everybody has their own agenda as well and kind of an area that they oversee and are in control of in Cholt.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, Dieter wants to take his bugbear friend and go to the Coliseum at some point too.
Y'all will be at the Coliseum pretty soon.
Ted's like, "Bro, what about me, bro?"
I will say the 2 different, because I was trying to get all the different options for you guys already prepared. I couldn't get through all of them, but the 2 that I had prepared was this one, the Bandits, and the other one was the Coliseum Games.
I thought since you said it was a couple days out, you weren't ready to go with it. So
Yeah.
Well, I go at that point when it was like 11 o'clock. It was already like 11:30. I went. That's even that setup would put us past midnight before we even got to it. So I thought this would be the more immediate
Yeah.
action, and we can do the Coliseum games, next time type deal.
All I know is you're loading us up with gold, so that's got to be something. Yeah,
Gold will come and go pretty. Gold will come and go pretty quickly here, I think.
Fair enough.
I'll say this: there is always ample opportunity to find gold, and there is always ample opportunity to see it disappear.
I was thinking to say, I remember one campaign where we had all kinds of cool loot and it all just disappeared.
Yeah, that might happen
Literally.
Periodically through here. You never know.
I wish Mark would have kept playing because one of the artifacts he picked up,
I actually talked to Mark.
one of the artifacts he picked up in the last campaign was a coin of devouring.
Yeah.
And when you put it in your coin purse, it would eat all your gold. It would slowly eat gold every day.
Out of
Was
your
that the-
purse?
Yep.
Was that the coin he stole from the shop?
No, that was the was it?
No, that was a coin of good luck. Or
No, he
something.
stole the coin of good luck. He found that coin in some dungeon somewhere, and he put it in his pocket.
He sold it and stole it back.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
He sold it to get gold, and then he clept it back.
That's funny.
Because he was a rogue at that point.
Yeah.
I talked to Mark about if he wants to or can get back in, about what character he could be. We need to talk to J Mick about that.
Listen, in the jungle, there's plenty of opportunity to stumble across people, and people go missing all the time. So it's not hard to introduce new characters and them disappear suddenly in the jungle. So
That would be awesome. We wake up for breakfast and then just Mark's character is just gone.
yep, that can absolutely happen.
Well, so far I haven't talked to him since then, but
Yeah.
he called me and said, I'm sorry, but about me having to play Ivor, I guess. But I was like, well, it's fine, but it would have been more fun if you played him.
Yeah.
Either way,
All right. I'm headed to bed, so
It's
y'all
a-
talk to
Yeah.
you later.
definitely bedtime.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Appreciate it, Jamie.
All right. Yep.
You have a good one.